You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now, it's our turn.
Hello and welcome. Outside the Box Open Forum, Saturday night. Guess it's Hillbilly night. Oh, you guys are funny. Hi, I'm your host, Kate of Gaia. And, I haven't got a clue where I'm going tonight, but it's been a hell of a day again. So, and there we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go back to sleep, Jackie Grissom. Hope you're tuned in here. Make sure that got to get over there. This is the individual that. I'll share the message. This is the sound of an absolutely, completely asleep being, and how they're missing the wholeness of this whole concept of God they're thinking they're preaching from. They missed the boat. They missed everything. So Jackie, tune in. I'm going to give you the link direct to you, my friend. And, hey, if you missed the show, don't worry about it. It's archived. Anyway, you can send along your blessings to Jackie Grissom, personally, if you wish. It's Jackie, Jackie, Grissom, Grissom, on Facebook. And the picture has the gentleman on the left wearing a black shirt and the gentleman on the right wearing a white. So you'll know you've got the right one. Anyway, I just thought I'd share the recent offerings of this individual. Let me see. Illusional history. And this is, let me just back it right up here. Let me see. The last thing I said was, good thing there's no starving and homeless kids in the Americas, eh? And, of course, here's the response from Dear Jackie, Jackie Grissom, on Facebook. This is how Miriam talked to Moses, and God does not honor this at all. I think the curse is on, and we cannot blame anyone but ourselves. That's why we take the stand in the place of God's men, but the New Testament condemn it. Whew. Talk about run-on sentence with whatever. God do not tolerate the spirit of Jezebel that came out of the whore. You might want to figure out what Jezebel means, dipshit. Just saying. You need to do a little etymology on that, but I did point out, then why are you promoting Jezebel? Bel means war, by the way. And of course, here's their most poignant response. And this is the delusional idiocy that I see so rampant in the Divide and Conquer Savior program that has most of the people on this planet owned lock, stock, and barrel. They haven't got a clue who they are. They have no inkling of it. And if there's anything that saddens me, that's it. I'm going to go around the zodiac tonight as well, just to show everyone their mirror. And remember, you have to keep in mind that contained within you are all 12 signs. So that's why being one over another isn't special. It's just a guide. A clue, if you will, to understanding the allegory that is this planet, this illusion that we're in right now. So, Jackie, just to make it clear for you, this whole fucking program's illusion, okay? Never mind illusional his story, all right? So here's what Jackie has to say. Illusional history. Are you saying there was no Holocaust? Oh, I don't know, asshole. Maybe do some fucking homework on it. You might find out that you've been duped. They tried the same stunt in World War I, too. Dozens of newspaper articles on it, pre and post World War I, where they've been selling the 6 million. I'm not, whatever. Moron. Why don't you help them yourself instead of trying to put it off on me? Put what off on you, asshole? You're the one that's offering up to help, the Israeli Defense Forces. What about the Palestinian kids? Like I said, Jews and Christians, fuck the Muslims. Is that your attitude? All right, well, here we go. Let's talk about more division and conquering, shall we? I was not called for that, so you take what you have and your friends and help them. Oh, okay. Well, no problem, asshole. I'll actually think of everybody instead of just a select group of chosenites. Okay, just making sure that we're on the same page here. Do you know most questions are designed to trap you? Well, you just trapped yourself, moron. Do you know most answers in the illusion are designed to trap you? Because you don't even know what you're looking for. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy, husha, husha. We all fall down. That came out of the that little nursery rhyme, if you want to call it that. Very dark little bastard. Came out of the Great Plague of 1666, right? So now that you're aware of it, ring around the rosy. There's your wreath. Pocket full of posy. That's for putting on the grave. Husha, husha. We all fall down. Dead. C'est oui que vie, 1666. Look it up. You might find something there of interest to yourself. And if you can't see the allegory in that, my friend, you might want to watch Monty Python's Bring Out the Dead scene to have it portrayed for you as a clue only. So don't get lost in the entertainment. Don't get lost in the Savior program again. Okay? All right, so here we go. Carrying on here. I haven't even had a chance to read all this, but I knew it was going to be priceless regardless, so I'm just going to share it with everyone. Where do you get that from? Where do I get what from? Fuck what? You know, if you're going to ask a question, at least direct it towards something I've, asked, or if I've said something, I've said a few things. Anyway, someone who promotes it would not denounce it, would they? Promotes what? Denounce what? Did I ask you? Did I ask your opinion? Well, fucking right you did. You sent me a message on Facebook, you moron. That's called free will choice. You come into my world, and I come back into yours. That's called trespass. Okay, so you trespass on me. That opens the door for me to step through and offer back the gift of lunacy to you. So if you can handle it or not, that's entirely up to you. It's not my problem. You should pay attention to what that Jesus character had to say, by the way, because you're obviously missing the point. Yeah, well, of course, if you're a minister and you've been indoctrinated by none other than those that have been indoctrinated before you to tell you that the Bible is translated a certain way, of course, I'd love to forgive you for your ignorance, but then I'd be judging it, right? I just know, from my perspective, that I forgave myself for my previous ignorance regarding the Bible, going back many years, by the way. And you should actually read the whole book instead of just little select things that they taught you to read. I have. It's a fascinating read. And I'm going to share something, a little bit of truth with you as well, that came from Ricky Gervais, the comedian. Isn't it funny how the comedians always have the truth? So anyway, let's carry on. Well, we covered that, right? Of course you did. What provoked you to come at me first, or do I know? Well, obviously, you sent a message. You sent some, Whore of Babylon, looking for some skin of slaves to further enslave other people with it in your post. So you might want to actually go back and see the order of things as they had. I mean, you can't be this stupid, really. Okay, carry on, Jackie. What else do you have to say? Did not the holy women of old dress in modest apparel? What the fuck does it matter what you're wearing? I'll tell you, the holy women of old were naked. Okay, I'm getting literal on you. I'm sorry. They had oak leaves. But then you take that creationist viewpoint that somehow Adam and Eve were the, everyone is the offspring of that. You should understand what Adam and Eve are. But I'm not going to tell you. Hey, tell you what, do yourself a favor and, skip on over to hiddenmeanings.com and Bill Donahue, what I would deem to be a real minister, will give you a proper education. You may not hear this, Paul got other churches to assist him in doing other service for a time, if that answers your question. No, I didn't have one. That's your assumption. And he knew how to become all things to all people to get it done without getting in trouble with God. As a question? Are you shitting me? Seriously? As a question? Boy, you must love hearing yourself talk. Anyway, you should actually understand what Paul is. The whole idea of Paul formerly being Saul. Saul was a stained one when he found out who he was. That's an allegory. You missed it. Never mind. Go back to sleep. So carry on, Jackie. What else have you got to say here? So it's no wonder you're hurting, looking to condemn something you do not know about. Well, thank you for judging me. There's the problem with Christianity. There's a problem with Judaism. There's a problem with Islam. There's a problem with all your religions because they're all worshiping the same fucking God. And by the way, that's a vengeful God. Not a whole lot of love in murdering your own son. I might add that too. And of course, the Lord thy God is a jealous God, one of the commandments. Please explain to me, Jackie, where unconditional love comes into jealousy. As far as I'm concerned, that's one of the 7 deadly sins. Envy, jealousy. You familiar with that? Well, I'll tell you what. If you're not, have a look in the mirror. Write down the 7 vices. Have a look in the mirror and see how you're sitting on that list if you have the guts for it. I don't think you do, but then again, I'm not going to assume or presume anything or judge you. I'm just going to put that out there for you, a little seed. We'll call that an acorn. That's called an oak tree. So I don't expect that any bamboo is going to spread up very quickly with you. But anyway, that's just my observation based on what you've written here. That's all I have, right? Oh, now here we go. You're envious of me helping the Jewish people? Where did you get that shit? Envious of you helping the Jewish people? No, I'm actually disgusted by the fact that you're separating people into religions and only certain people get help. You see, that's divide and conquer. So, and I don't know where your envious part comes in. Are you kidding me? Please. Carry on, Jackie. Let's just keep exposing you. Things are not what they look like, and I can bring myself down to work with... Oh, there we go, fucking pedestal boy. And I can bring myself down to work with others when certain Jews and Christians refuse to work together. And, sorry, this is your mirror talking, buddy, and your pride will not allow you to do that. What do you think I do 7 nights a week? I chose to be the servant of servants, right? I didn't come down from anywhere. Oh my. Anyway, it is religious pride as a question? No, sorry, I'm not religious at all. No, you can take that word and shove it as far up your ass as you can get. That way you can analize it and give it the proper anal ISIS. Oh, you probably didn't look at a word that way. Never mind. Religious pride, really. You should tune in 7 nights a week. If you're doing so good, you don't need me, and do you really expect the world to help me with the Jewish people? Oh, well, it's all about you then, isn't it? With the Jewish people? What about the rest of the people on the planet? Tell you what, why don't we talk about people with red blood? Huh? Does that one work for you? Let's talk. Let's try to help people that have emotions like love and feel things when they're shot by the Israeli Defense Force and NATO and the rest of the people that you are actually in complete support of, especially if you're worshiping Baal, which is what you're doing, by the way. All that energy you think you're sending up to a God of love, based on the literal translation, my friend, is actually going to the heart of Satan. I'm being allegorical here. The heart of Satan itself. And you're cannibalizing your fellow man. Good, eh? I did not challenge you, but I answered your question. Yaakov? Okay, well, is that what you are? Yaakov? You are Yaakov? Well, we'll leave that one to the sonic imagination, won't we? Actually, you did challenge me when you sent me something that is absolutely trite. Sorry, I have to bring it into the open. That's the nature of the game I play, right? It's called unconditional love, where actually everyone's included, not just Jews and Christians. I actually include everybody, and I don't give them labels. I just know that they're my fellow brothers and sisters on Earth. We're kind of trying to do this together, but you're one of the 95%, which is a very accurate number, by the way, of those still fast asleep, still judging everybody, still basing your whole philosophy on you're chosen because you're saved. So you can go out and bang the neighbor's wife on Saturday night and of course, Sunday morning, because God, your God, doesn't want you to be responsible for anything. That was the whole purpose behind it, to make you completely irresponsible by saying, it's okay, God forgive me, and then, clean slate, and off you go, next Saturday night doing the same shit. So, sorry, buddy. There you go. This is a lunacy I periodically have to deal with. But again, I like anything else, I like dragging vampires into their own light so they can burn. Hey, it's their creation. I'm just letting them have it. In more ways than one, I guess. But needless to say, it's another fun Saturday night, and I'm in a kind of a different headspace tonight. So, thanks for that, Jackie. Always nice to see that, ministers that are spewing garbage from a pulpit, and of course the divide and conquer, let's just take care of a handful of select people. And, oh, by the way, thank you for coming down from your almighty pulpit, looking down upon others as unequal, to jump in the fray with the rest of us here. Well, some of us anyway. Yes, my friend, that's called religiocosis chosenitis. And it's a beautiful program. It's called the Savior Program, and they own your mind and heart. And you are feeding it. You are feeding this archon energy, this duality, this absolute, complete mirror of what you think you're feeding. But you're just not going to see it. just not going to see it. And that's okay. I'm going to love you anyway. Okay? And by the way, it's not you I've been talking to. It's the tricky little bastard called your ego that has you thinking it's you. Because I know you, Jackie. You're me. I see you as clear as the light that shines from within me. And sorry, I just kind of like to get that tricky little bastard, the TLB ego, right out of the way. Right out of the way. I'll take a chainsaw to it with a, with as much love as you can handle. And unfortunately, that love comes with a mirror, and it comes with a price. It comes with responsibility. Responds, Abel, I love. Abel, by the way, in case you were wondering, you know the Cain and Abel story, my friend? Well, Cain was masculine and Abel was feminine. If you want to look that up, you can, but you've probably been deluded into thinking it was a couple of boys based on the penis patriarchal antichrist Rome that you worship, that your religion is based upon, that your entire program rotates around. You see, there was a really cool guy. You might actually know him. It's, again, allegorical. Whether this being existed or not, it's irrelevant. The message was what counted, right? You see, what this individual was trying to show you was to not worship him, but to be him. Or her. Elohim, the androgynous one. And God made man in our likeness after our image. You might want to try to explain that one, but that's a different story. And you've been tricked by thought. You might want to look him up, also known as Hermes Trismegistus. The Egyptian god, Thoth, Thoth. Some people say Thoth or Thoth, but it's Thoth. Kind of works if you stop and think about it. No, I don't have much toleration for this level of ignorance. I really don't. So, and I won't say forgive me, because the truth is, you can't. And you can't judge me either. Judge not lest you be judged. Your questions are very judging, so you might want to take your lessons that you're supposed to be teaching if you are indeed a minister of Satan, which is what you are. Baal, Ra, Marduk, Moloch, Yahweh. It's all there. You're going to need to do a little homework. You're going to need to stuff that program back a little bit, because you got to be willing, in order to find truth, to cut through some of the hard stuff. You're going to have to listen to you for a change. You're going to have to listen to your heart, and not the program that's been instilled in you since the time you got here, in a most perfect form, until Mom and Dad, of course, were probably Christian, based on the fact, I could only assume, it'd be hard for me to think that you were born into a Hindu family, or a Muslim or Buddhist, or whatever the case may be. No, you were likely born into a Christian, possibly Pentecostal or Baptist or whatever money denomination. Money's denominated, right? That's all churches are. It's banks. Church, court, same thing. They're all one and the same. You just got to connect the dots to see where they actually all come together. And, of course, all spirit breaths lead to Rome. To hate, by the way. Roma is the mirror of amor, which is love. You probably don't understand roads, right? As in RHO, which is the Greek letter Rho. Yeah, all roads lead to look at that, Rome. The love of me, the spirit breath of me, right? Which, of course, is another mirror of we. You see, you've been individualized. You have been completely separated from the flock. You are a wandering, babbling from Babylon fool. I was there once. That's why I can see it. I chose to accept it. That's the difference. You see, here's the thing about truth. It doesn't require your belief. Because it's going to be or not. You see? And it matters not to me. You see, if but one shall awaken, and obviously, based on what I'm reading, I don't see you unless, I'm not judging here, I'm just observing. Unless you snap out of this sleepy little nightmare that you're walking around in, deluded by the physical realm, the Phi Psi cult, Phi being creation, Psi being spirit, and Kal meaning harvest. And the harvest is upon us. Time is short. Time is so very, very short. And it won't be some guy coming riding in on a horse interfering with the FAA rules around airports and whatnot. No. That white horse that was referred to, my friend, was Pegasus constellation. But of course astrotheology to you is probably Satan worship, which is actually quite the opposite. It's the mirror that you need to look into in order to turn yourself inside out. You see, we've been turned inside out. This whole universe is an expression of someone else's creation. Remember, your God made it after their likeness, their image, not mine. No. I mean, these are probably very, very difficult pills to swallow. And you're going to choke on a lot of them, I promise. I did. And it took me a while to come to terms with it. It took me a very long while to say, I'm going to stop doubting me. Because some cool cat, by the way, I don't know if you read this or not, it's actually in Revelations. It's allegorical as well. God is light. Ye are light. Ye are gods. He also said, you will do greater things than I. That sounds like a pretty humble cat to me. That sounds like someone that's really, in the neutral zone, as I like to call it. You might want to stop and ask why they crucified him. Well, I'll tell you, the Pharisees and scribes, which are the lawyers and judges and kings and queens of today, and the ministers, you and the rest of you, you're all a bunch of hypocrites, right? Because you've taken the truth and you've warped it. And until you can look at it and see it for what it is, in your willful ignorance, you see, you can either willfully know something or willfully be ignorant of it. You see, if there is a challenge that I throw to anyone, is the challenge of go look. Or stay asleep, your call. Entirely up to you, and I will not trespass on your free will choice to keep doing this over and over again until you finally get it. Until you finally realize that we are all one. You see, when you separate yourself from others, you have separated yourself from divine source. There is only one. You can call it God. I prefer not to. You see, because if you call it God, then you got to call it Allah. Then you got to call it, Buddha, Krishna. I don't give a shit. That's the whole problem with religion. And here you are. You've got Yahweh or Jehovah and Allah and they're all the same. Right? Just because you put a different label on it. Shakespeare, or Sir Francis Bacon more accurately, probably Christopher Marlowe, all one and the same, stated it very clearly. A rose by any other name is still a rose. And I don't care how much you spray paint a piece of dog shit. Sorry, it's still a piece of dog shit. Making myself laugh here. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share that with you, and of course the tens of thousands of others listening right now that are wide awake. They're very tuned in, and they might drop you a line, just to say hi, and don't think that I don't love you. I do. You see, when I'm out with the cane saw, not a typo, and certainly not a phonic error. When I'm out with the cane saw, your left mind, the ego, the masculine intent trying to override the divine feminine of creation, which is God, if you will. Until you can silence it, you're not going to hear anything from anywhere or anyone. The only thing you're going to be at effect to are the 60 hertz cycles that have got your pineal crushed. You're going to be at effect to all the sugars that you love to ingest. Might I recommend, Nestea Wildberry, 18 grams per serving of 70 calories and only 17 grams of sugar in that 18. So there you go. That'll help you spin your toroidal field backwards. That'll shut your pineal down faster than you can blink, pal. So let me show you, I share with you all the ways that you can do that. So suck back your Mountain Dew. Because I think in a can of Coke there's something like 13 tablespoons of sugar. So, but definitely go to the Diet Coke because there's aspartame in there which turns into formaldehyde. So you might as well embalm yourself. You're already a zombie. You're already a walking dead. Or did you miss the allegory on TV? That's the all-knowing trying to tell you that you're all walking dead. And you must be born again. And I'm not talking about asking some pie-in-the-sky figure that, to take the Jesus into my heart. I am. That is the Anu, the anarchy within. You see, the same guy said, don't worship me. Be me. And what do you guys do? You go out of your way to, throw these life-size, especially with the Roman Catholics, gotta love this. They love their bloodlust. They throw this, effigy up in all of their churches. Of course, the altar of sacrifice and all the pomp and glamour of the circus, all dressed in little clown suits, walking around with flaming handbags even. But there they go. They can't display, this murderous God that you think is a God of love, who took it upon himself to say, I'm not going down there. Screw it. I'll send the kid down. There's a loving parent for you. There's a good role model. Hey, don't you think? Yeah, well, you wouldn't want this jealous, vengeful God to do it himself, and exactly, this is one that always kind of got me. Can you tell me exactly what an omnipotent God needs a penis for? Could you? No, I mean, seriously. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And you guys are, homophobic? Sounds like a pretty gay relationship to me. It might explain why the priests and the fathers of this world, and the ministers and the rabbis and the imams that love to, lack of a better term, butt fuck little boys. Oh, and little girls too. They just love the energy for it. You might want to ask Pope Francis to show you the actual papal bulls that were written on the skins, literal skins of children that were sacrificed, using their blood, no less. No, and this is the church you speak for? Really? Have you ever read the Talmud? Fascinating little book. These people you claim to love so much would rather see you dead. Kind of funny that, eh? Why? Well, because you're not as good as them. A very interesting photograph there from, I guess it would be the Orthodox version of Jews during a ritual scarring and abuse festival where they ritually mutilate little boys, approximately 6 to 9 days old. In this particular sect, they suck the blood from the little penis that they've just either used a knife to cut it off, or in some practices, they bite it off. And this picture is really cool because it's got this like really yellowy looking, certainly not human, with a Rubik's Cube on his forehead. You might want to, you'll probably see that in Mecca. You know how they go counterclockwise around this big cube, Metatron's cube? You don't want to know where that energy's going. But I'm going to tell you, all that energy is going to the Anu in the Orion Nebula. I hate to, burst your bubble here. You've probably seen a couple of videos that your fellow Christian brethren have put out talking about how heaven is in the Orion Nebula. Well, yeah, they had to come out and tell us. Well, not my heaven anyway. That's the complete mirror, reverse opposite of that. Yeah, that energy is going out to keep this nightmare alive, you see. There's a little nebula that's spewing out stars from the what is deemed a male Anu, which is counterclockwise rotating. Look it up, Anu, A-N-U. That's why I refer to Anu Arc Key, right? Break the words up a little bit, you start hearing better. Anu is heart. You have one inside you, by the way. Depends on what direction your heart is spun. You see, beings like me, transgender, two spirits, body doesn't match the spin, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's where all this energy is getting directed. If you want to know how on a scientific level, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, but you might want to look up Dave LaPointe's primer fields, if for the less educated. Yeah, a primer is something that begins things, just to let you know. You might want to have a look at its videos and you understand why they have domes and spires on the tops of cathedrals and churches and mosques and synagogues and all manner of nonsense temples that were built by hand, you might want to look up the fact that the temple that is spoken of in the Bible allegorically is one that is not built with hands. You might want to check each side of your head, Solomon, for your pillars called temples. The Temple of Solomon. Yeah, there's one on the left side of your head and one on the right. The Pillars of Hercules, they're all the same story. But you got to get a little bit more educated, and you got to get your head out of your ass. And that's sort of a prerequisite to understanding. And I know this is going to be very hard for you and a whole lot of people. You got to decide very quickly that everything that you were ever taught or thought, get it, seed planted, is absolute tripe. It's rubbish. But then again, hey, I plopped in here in Ireland, if you want to go geographically, into a very orange Protestant, rah-rah the Queen, Masonic loving family, of which I have absolute loathing for that construct because it is complete control of your mind. And for all you Masons out there, you might want to double think your choices, because you're actually worshiping Satan, and most of you lower degrees don't know that. Listen, I've talked to enough high degree Masons that woke up to it to know, and of course in my own family a lot of things were shared with me while I was growing up. Yeah, it's an interesting mirror. And what I had to come to terms with was complete defiance of everything I was ever taught to believe, raised to believe, because quite frankly, at 11 years old, right after a bomb blast, literally minutes, I woke up. When I see blood from people that had limbs blown off, and a couple of people killed on the road, on the street I'm standing in, not 100 meters from this smoking, smoldering building with people crawling out, ones that could. Yeah, I was 11 years old when I grew up. I thought to myself, why? And I've been on a quest ever since. And your wonderful, God that you worship, this Satan, vengeful piece of shit motif, penis-bearing, long-bearded, gray-haired, child buggerer. I kind of changed tack a little bit. Even when this particular realm decided that it was okay for me at 12, 13 years old to be raped by a chief petty officer, Dusty Miller, by the way, of the Belfast Eagle Sea Cadets. He's passed on, but he's back. So, it's a problem when you screw up. You got to come back until you get it right. So I'm just trying to help you get it right. That's why so few find this road. It's razor thin, my friend. And here's the only challenge I'm handing out to, of course, Jackie and everyone else. Don't take my word for it. Go ahead. Your job is to prove me wrong. I've tried for a lifetime. Couldn't do it. Right? You got to go with the flow, So society says you got to do this, that, and the other, and thinking, okay, well, that doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense. So I decided to go, well, hey, maybe my way, following my heart, would probably be the better way, because at least that way I'll find the truth, without ego involved, because I don't need to be right or wrong. So you can decide whatever you want, but here's my challenge to you. Here's a challenge for you. Watch a dozen of Bill Donahue's videos. Watch a little bit of Santo Bonacci's stuff as well, and listen to a few of my episodes and what I've been through in order to find this, you see, because this system has attacked me at levels that would make you cry like a 12-year-old little girl. Promise. I wonder how you'll feel doing all the right things, exposing mortgage frauds and system frauds, the whore of Babylon you're worshiping, looking for more money to give to the ones that are actually controlling this game. We're trying to. They've lost control now, right? And how dare a country? Israel isn't a country. Are you kidding me? How dare they take a Merkaba, the sacred geometry symbol that's actually part of the construct. So, of course, had to be, right? And put it on their flag like they own creation. Are you kidding me? No. They can have this creation by all means, you see. I'm just taking back the energy that was deceitfully stolen from me. This is the problem with waking up. The energy flows start reversing. Reverse, just for your benefit, Jackie. That's the ancient spelling of Ra, the sun god that you worship. Oh, no. Trust me. Look it up. Marduk, Moloch, Baal. That's B-A''A'-L. You know, that's why you have to post bail in courts. Yeah, it's all about bail ifs. Yeah, goes on and on, right? What else? Sorry, this beep threw me off the track here. But there's a lot of things that you're going to have to look at. You know, and here's the thing. You asked for the dance. I'm just going to ask you to lead now. And remember this, my friend. Being a two-spirit transgender, male to female, I'm genderless, actually. I'm half the man you are. And I certainly don't worship the phallus or the palace, silent age, of your kings and queens and of your ministers, mini-sters. By the way, mini, small, tiny, stir, divine, feminine, creative, spiritual essence, creation itself. Oh, but you knew that, right? In the same way that, register, to rule that, divine, feminine, creative, spiritual essence. And of course, you'll probably take the literal translation of a wife must be subservient to the husband, and you'll miss the whole point. But you'll like the idea because you're a penis-bearing piece of shit. Sorry, just calling for what it is. Where the actual true allegorical meaning of it is the wife, all things feminine mean emotions, and all things masculine means mind. There's a couple of other, but those are the very, very basic ones. So let's say it again, and let's make women equal to men, shall we? Oh, but that doesn't work for you. You're too busy walking around beating up on them, right? Oh yeah, I can see you in a wife beater shirt, no problem, my friend. You and your buddy you're standing with in the photograph. And you'll do it in the name of God, of course. Your God, certainly not mine. See, I took JC literal. Your God's, okay, that's a lot of responsibility. I'm up for it. And I will follow my heart to the ends of time. And it will be unconditional love, all right? So getting back to the wife must be subservient to the husband, well, let's translate it properly, shall we, instead of the way that you were indoctrinated into thinking, because everything in the religio cosis chosenitis world is literal, all, of course. Let's throw garbage throughout the all, shall we? All right. The emotions must be subservient to the mind. But did you get carried away in your emotions? Did you think I was taking shots at you? No. I was cane-sawing your tricky little bastard that has you owned. You might want to question the 250 genomes that every human has that are completely alien to this planet. They don't exist anywhere else but in humans. And you might want to see the 250 genomes of the E. coli, which of course is not a good thing, in the construction of your transceiver interrupter called reptilian brainstem. Yeah, that's what it's called. And of course your adrenal glands, because when you sense fear, they want you to really feel it. Because that's the only thing that can control you. And I'll tell you right now, the only fear that most people have is a fear of themselves and their own ignorance in the truth. And that's the tough one to confront. Nobody can, well, I can't say nobody, but I would assume that people would have a hard time confronting the fact that they've been harming either themselves, i.e. others, same thing, their entire lifetime. They have abandoned them, they have, killed them. Oh, all manner of things. Think about it, just all down the list. But everything in this universe boils down to one thing, actually. It's a theft of energy. And I'll leave the all-knowing versus the all-unknowing explanation. I've done that for the last few shows, so I'm going to make you do some homework. But there's a challenge for you. See if you can get through 12 episodes of Bill Donahue and still think the same way. And if you do, then there's fuck all I can do to help you. There is nothing, because your program runs too deep. And, well, I won't see you on the next round, but I'm sure a few of your friends will. Welcome to hell, my friend. Circular. Time to get out. Oh, by the way, here's another one for you. I love throwing this one out because it's a beautiful one. "'Tis easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the gates of heaven." You probably have this whole glorious thing of blah, blah, blah. And you've probably shown the little analogy of the small door called Christ and the big, wide golden gate for Satan, right? Okay, well, let me show you how you're still picking the golden gate, buddy. Promise. Check this out. All right. When I say the eye of the needle, did you think the needle and thread thing for sewing with? Probably. That's what most people do. At least the ones I've talked to, anyway. No, the needle is actually a doorway going into a city. It's very narrow. It's only wide enough for a camel to fit through once you've done what? Oh, that's right. Unpack the baggage. That's your ego. It's an allegory, not tough. And the whole idea was so that this clean camel, you, unpacked, can come into the kingdom of heaven, i.e., that's the thing between your temples, by the way. As above, so below. The universe, as within, so without, right? It's going to be a little hard for most people, though, to reach into their heart, to the deepest part of themselves, and pull themselves inside out, because that's exactly what we are. We are completely inside out in this place. So what are you doing to help? What are you doing to make a difference? Well, I can tell that you're aiding and abetting in the harming of others, right? And, of course, divide and conquer, coming down from your almighty pedestal, because, whew, my goodness, clown suits mean a lot to well, not me. Yeah, you guys all wear the same suits, eh? Give you a couple more allegories, a couple more things that might, challenge your ignorance. Let me see. Judges wear robes, priests and ministers wear robes, and kings and queens wear robes. Does that give you any sort of a hint? Exactly what is it with the costume wearing? That somehow that you're better? That somehow you got these fancy little ribbons and these fancy little chalices and all the rest of the quote finery. I mean, hey, you build the nicest Satan centers, churches, mosques, synagogues. I don't care. Oh, you guys go all out, right? That's the problem. There's far too many of those out there. But anyway, I do digress. Tell you what, here's a little something for you. Oh, I got 2 lines I'm going to bring in here, but just let me finish my rant here, and then we'll carry on. Vincent, is that you, or who we got?
Hello.
Okay, because I got
how's
2.
It going, Kate?
Good. I got 2 of the same number here. Did you call in twice?
I did. I lost you for a minute and had to call back in.
Okay, that's why I opened both, because I wasn't sure which one you're on. So let me just finish off this little rant for a sec here, and then we'll get your thoughts.
No problem.
Here's a question for everybody. All right, because you put on a different costume, killing someone is okay. Yeah, is that how it works? You put on a different outfit, and it means it's okay to commit murder. Whereas if you didn't have that outfit on and killed somebody, you would be charged with murder. So tell me the difference between that. I'm having trouble with this. That apparently, because you put on this costume, be it a black Schutzstaffel, Waffenschutzstaffel SS cop uniform. That's why they're black guys. Did you not see the transition from blue and cotton shirts to full military combat gear? I mean, what are you guys playing? Full contact macrame or what? No, I think there's a little bit more to it than that. So, and of course, if you want to match yourself in the forest, you'll wear these funny looking patterns on your costume. And apparently, because you put those on, and someone gives you a flag to stand under, that somehow it's okay to blow off the jaw of a 9-year-old little girl in Libya, just because someone like Gaddafi was calling out the Zionist bastards that you're supporting, Jackie. So that's yours. Yeah, enjoy that. See if you can confront that. I chose to confront it and say no more. I've had enough. It's time to change its place. All right. So what are your thoughts? We got you in here.
Shit, I just 1 second here. My speaker popped out. My thoughts. Well, I'm just loving listening to the show. It's Bryce here.
Hey, Bryce. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. I was just in court yesterday, actually, to do a hearing. It was a mediation.
Oh. Okay, they can't hear you, though, but keep going.
Oh, yeah. So I went in for mediation, and the judge was, she was really testing me. I was going for custody of my daughter, and I've been really wanting to submit my papers and everything. My wife, she's kind of telling me to wait until there's a court order so that I have access to my daughter and it's like legal, right? But I'm thinking that I just want to go in, state my claim.
Hey, Bryce, I'm thinking you got a long way to go, my friend, and that's why I need you to get on. Hang on, I need you to get on Skype because you just spewed out a bunch of tripe that you have no idea who you are and what you're capable of, and I've given the answers to people, and I'm going to make you own it. All right.
Okay.
So I need you on Skype. I get your emails and I get your messages. I don't go to Syncrenicity anymore because I'm not there, but I want to help if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I went and dropped $10 on Skype today. I kept trying to phone in. It said add credits. I went and dropped $10.
Bryce, you don't need to. It's free. Skype. You can Skype in for free. You can Skype me for free. That's the whole point. Skype to Skype is free. Skyping into the radio show is free. You don't need to put.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm kind of penniless,
I know
so
you
I
told me
kind
that.
of do those things. Okay, if you want to find out how to get around things, just talk to someone that doesn't have anything. Seriously,
gotcha.
We're pretty creative.
Yeah.
All right. That's why
awesome.
the WordPress site for the downloads of documents, and I don't know what the issue was there.
No, I found him. I got him actually.
You got him. Okay, good.
Yeah,
because I
got him all.
Doing the shout out to everybody last night. What more can I do? I can't wipe your bum for you. I'll put the stuff up.
You can't.
Right. So
my phone wasn't letting me access it, and I got onto my wife's computer, got it going, and got it all. So
good stuff.
It ended up working out. Yeah. And I will. I'll actually. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, if at first you don't succeed, keep at it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because I'm really trying to get all this in the bag, and I mean, I'm listening to you and Dean and Santos like on a daily, and and now that I'm able to call in, and I know it's free, and maybe I wasted $10, but whatever. I mean, I'm doing this now through Wi-Fi, and I'm loving it because I can actually listen to the shows through the whole entirety, and it's not going to cost shit. So
there you go.
Yeah, so maybe what I'll do is I'll get in on the computer and off my phone because, it just shows me a screen. I don't really have, I don't know how to contact you other than by listening to the show because I'm not big on computers.
Well, you got Skype, so here it is. I'll give it out to everybody again, and I've been getting lots of contact requests. Thank you guys for being so awake and hearing this. Here's my Skype. If you can write it down, great. If not, just listen back. I've said it every show. Katie.renee.thompson. That's KATIE.RENEE.THOMPSON. And also my call sign when you locate it is Cygnus Trumps It. CYGNUS Trumps It. Okay? So that way there's no excuse for people can't find me. You can get me on Facebook, and thank you to all the beautiful people that have been showing up in droves. Kate.renee.5. KATE.RENE.5. There's only one E in the Facebook version. Okay? So
awesome.
For Renee. For those in an emergency, please keep in mind it's easier to text me, but here's my cell number. Area code 226-971-9675. I would appreciate to keep in mind that I am the Eastern Standard Time Zone. I don't like getting phone calls at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, nor do I like text because I've got a very loud beeper on my phone. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm in the Eastern Standard Time. Do not phone or text me after midnight my time, please. So there you go. No excuses to anyone. Complete access.
Awesome. Just can I get those last 4 digits? I got the 226-971.
9675.
9675. I will. I'll definitely be getting a hold of you.
Okay, and for all those CSIS agents, CIA, FBI, Mossad, whatever agents that are dialed in and listening in, yeah, I know you're there. There's all my contact info. Feel free. I'm here.
I appreciate that totally, and I will get a hold of you. I'm going to continue listening to the show because I love listening to you. I think your sense of humor is just amazing.
Well, that's truth, though, right? I'm just giving you the sarcastic approach to truth. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty blunt to the point.
Yeah, well, I was saying, here's a Kateism. Ready for it? Here's a Kateism. To be blunt is to get right to the point. And I came up with that when I was 8 or 9 years old. Isn't that cool?
Well,
anyway.
Right on. I love listening to you. So just if you want to meet me out, I'm going to just keep listening to you for the rest of the night, and I will get a hold of you after.
All right. Well, no problem,
Definitely.
my friend. Okay. And again, I urge anyone that wants to, chime in here, please. You got an hour of the on-air, and I know we'll roll into the off-air stuff. So I'll mute you out there, Bryce. Thanks so much. You know how to get a hold of me now. No excuses. Fair?
You betcha. Thank you so much.
All right. It's only because I love you.
I love you too.
Unconditionally. So don't worry. I'll bring my cane. I'll bring my cane saw to the party. Okay? Just letting you know.
Oh. Right on.
All
Thanks
right.
a bunch.
No worries, my friend. All right. So there we've heard from Bryce. I'm so glad he's got all the contact information that he needs to get a hold of me, as do all of you. Okay? And yeah, I'm going to bitch and complain about being too busy and all the rest, so just ignore it. You're going to contact me because you have to and because there's a reason for it. But I will tell you this. I do not work on specific cases because it's all illusion. It's all bullshit. I will show you how to dismantle it. It's going to require a little bit of standing on your part. Some of us have actually walked this road ahead of others, and oh, come on. I'm trying to put your phone on hold there, and it's not wanting to work. There it is. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, all you got to do, you want the answers, guys? They're all there. And I'm working on my final symphony, and this will be my last symphony, The Summons of the Dead. So it's going to be a doozy. But I'll tell you right now, everything leading up to that, I was working on it a bit today, and I'll work on it tonight, and it should be ready tomorrow, because I have to send it out on my Julian calendar birthday. June 2nd, June 15th is the Gregorian version. That's the civil calendar version. Another little trap, another little layer, but that's okay because it's all been dissolved. And you see, here's the difference between me and the system. The system's dead, it's illusional. Me, I know I'm God, just like you are. I'm going to take back my responsibility, my divine feminine creational void, total spiritual essence that was stolen by deception with the planting of the seed that grew the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And I'm cutting the motherfucker down. That's how it works. That's my cane saw. Right? How many people, here I am looking, it's going back over the last 2.5, 3 years, and I'm looking at all these people scrambling up to try to get their little branch out of the tree, and there's me and a handful of others down at the bottom with chainsaws saying, get out of the tree, we're taking it all down, roots and all. As above, so below, You can kill the tree, but the roots are still there, and chances are they're going to grow another one. So when we take this tree of knowledge down, we take it by the roots and by the branches, and we dismember it, and we take back that which was always ours, our infinite ability of creation in an unconditional state of love, in the complete zero-point neutral center that we all are in the great ourself. This is a journey of ourself. Can you find you? You certainly found me, and I found you, and we are of source, one in all in one, merely different perspectives of ourself. And we've been rather schizophrenic in our search to understand the meaning of why. I just chose not to be insane anymore. And I'll tell you, if anyone's walking around playing with this system, they're agreeing with the insanity that apparently it's okay for countries to go to war based on some, puppet who has a master at the whim. These are the ones that are very quick to start the wars, but you'll never see them actually participating. They'll just be sitting back counting the money that's created, because all wars are bankers' wars. And the bank, by the way, is Vatican. Right? Yeah, they had a lot of layers. And another one for Jackie, by the way. The word apocalypse, you might want to look it up. It actually means a leather covering, a veil. All right? So when we talk about the apocalypse and the unveiling in Revelation, that's what we're talking of, right? So we take the veil off the divine feminine. There's the allegory. Does a bride not wear a veil? And what happens when she finally marries? The veil is taken back, and the divine masculine and feminine unite, creating the Trinity of three. Right? But you missed the allegory. You were looking at the literal, probably staring at her tits, no less. But that's okay. That's normal for people like you. It's a male thing, trust me. Totally different game. So don't mind me calling you out on your nonsense. Don't mind me ridiculing that which is ridiculing you. I was there once. Like I said, the only reason I can speak the way I do is because I experienced it. I've walked that walk. I've walked many roads. And every freaking one of them led to Rome. So I had to dismember the Antichrist. Look at the key rho symbol. It's rho in the mirror. Remember what I said there earlier? Rho, spirit breath, right? And the key, of course, is the Greek letter. It looks like an X, which is life. And the key rho is the symbology of Christ. But they put it in the mirror, so if it's backwards in the symbol they're showing, what are they telling you, my friend? They're telling you that you're worshiping the Antichrist. And it's not going to be in the form of an individual. No. It's not. I've heard all the stories. Oh, Prince William's the Antichrist. Oh, Obama's the Antichrist. Oh, shut up. You are. Or you're the Christ. Those are the two paths you must take. And in the long run, there is still time to change the path you're on. Not quite exact for Stairway to Heaven, but it's in the song. There's your Jacob's Ladder, fool. That's your Stairway to Heaven. And if you look at the album cover, it's actually the Orion Nebula. And do you think the artist that did that knew that? No, but the all-knowing does, you see. So the clues were laid bare for you. Unfortunately, you've got shit in your eyes. That comes from having your head up your ass. Best remove it. Give them a little squeaky clean. And put on new eyes. Put on new ears. This is show and tell. Everything you needed to learn, we learned in kindergarten. Because we were still naive and still innocent until the system of public schools, started by the Rockefellers, did I mention that? Private organization, with the pure intent to dumb us down. And they've done a masterful job. They effectively keep people just smart enough to run the machines and just dumb enough to worship their Satan, their master, the graven image. Thou shalt have no other gods before thee, or me, whatever the case may be, and it depends on your, as gay as they come, King James version of the Bible. Oh, you didn't know King James? Oh, yeah, he was beautifully gay. So was Michelangelo, so was Da Vinci. But then again, you're homophobic because, that's conditional love. So apparently it's not okay for two beings to love each other, regardless of gender. It doesn't matter. You see, because that's one of the biggest lessons, and that's why there's been so much fear and attacks made on especially beings like me, transgenders, the two spirits, the 2-in-1 genderless types. Yeah, because we're too big a clue of uniting that divine masculine and divine feminine into one neutral zone, the 0 point. Find your 0 point, your little source of light that you are. Can you do that? Probably not. You're too busy condemning one or the other because they don't fall into the program that you are completely immersed and indoctrinated in. I'm sure you do your taxes as well to make sure that the IMF gets their interest payments. Of course, it's skin. You do know that, right? It's like the UK version of being broke is you're skinned or skinned. I've been skinned. See what I'm saying? It's all right there if you can see it and hear it. But you see, there's the problem with the flock. When you are part of the flock, you're as the sheep. And of course, there are countless stories of animal sacrifice in the literal translation of the Bible. And it's all allegorical. How many animals have been murdered for silliness? I mean, one of the crazy rituals I've seen to get rid of sin, and this is part of your Judeo Brotherhood Talmudic versions, where they'll take chickens and put all their sins into the chicken and swing the chicken over their head. I'm not shitting you. It's on YouTube. You'll find it. You know? Like, seriously. Seriously. What are you going to get out of sacrificing a lamb, right? Except a dead consciousness that you're responsible for. Is not all living consciousness part of your all, or are you still the chosenitis, stuck type? Is somehow, one religion or race superior to another? Well, of course it is, because, in your infinite wisdom and approach, you've decided that, because you claim to be Christian working with, Jewish people, which I think is great personally, but without the religion, just the people, working with people, it's great for me. But you've excluded every other religion on the planet. And by the way, there's over 1 billion Buddhists. Did you know that? Christianity. Why? Well, because 1 billion Buddhists must be wrong. You arrogant, self-absorbed prick. Do the math. You got these people, crying and screaming in the aisles. Oh, give me a break. Okay? Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Yeah, no, the mind's got complete control over the emotions there, huh? Yeah. Look at the guilt. Look at the doubt that's been, bred into you, indoctrinated into you, day in and day out, and you're going along with a big flag going, yeah, I love it. Give me more. Give me more. Uh-huh. Oh my, oh my, oh my. All right, let's talk about baptism for a sec, just for shits and giggles. The waters of truth, by the way, are not external. Anointing with oil is not an external thing, it's actually internal. The waters of truth burst forth from your pineal gland, fool. Right? Moses, when he struck the rock, that's the pineal, and cracked the truth open. Water is truth, by the way. You might not know that. Might explain, as above, so below, the Nile, in the Nile Delta. Delta waves, by the way, are when you're in pure dream state and creation, when you're set free and when the pineal gland opens and lets loose a little dimethyltryptamine. You might have heard of DMT. Yeah? Yeah, well, yeah, it's in everything, and we create it in abundance, but unfortunately the system that you worship, the one that you think is okay for starving kids in America, but you want to take care of some starving kids in a country known to slaughter Palestinians and make war with its neighbors constantly. Or didn't you hear about Syria? Didn't you hear about Libya? Didn't you hear about Iraq? Did you miss all those? Really, I know. I need to know, because if you're not looking and seeing these things, then you're as blind a sheep as I've known. Yeah, baptism. No. When you talk about the anointing of the oil, that's raising the oil up your kundalini, which is spine, 33 vertebrae, 33 degrees of Masonic. It's the lower third chakra, by the way. It's only the third. Did you never wonder why, the LPs, long playing records, spun at 33 and a third RPM? No, never? Oh, okay. Yeah, the whole idea of the anointing oil is an internal process. It's not external. You see, because we've all been indoctrinated to look outside of ourselves for answers that will never come. What you will see are the clues to the answers within you. But you've been taught to doubt yourself. You've been taught to worship a savior. You've been taught that it's okay, that as soon as you believe in someone or something outside of yourself that can give you forgiveness and absolution, that it's all okay, that you don't have to take responsibility for it. Here, let me let you in on a little secret, okay? All the shit you've pulled, you either make amends for it now, and you start really scraping yourself clean and taking full accountability for your actions. That's the only place and time that amnesty can occur. You fool. Amnesty is never given. Amnesty must be taken. It must be taken upon oneself to be worthy of it. It's not rocket science. It's called re-spawns able I love. Spawns to give life, you, the son, the light of God. I won't say son, because when I say son of God, you immediately see a penis. Okay? When I say sun, I'm spelling it S-U-N, not S-O-N. Oh, that's kind of a coincidence, Kate. Yeah, wow, how about that? Yeah. You might want to look at the fact they got Easter and Christmas all screwed up, right? You see, what you Christians believe, God, you guys are the most duped of all. Seriously. Onward, Christian soldiers. Yeah, soul dyers, indeed. Yeah, let's go out and kill brown people around the world. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go slaughter indigenous peoples, in Ireland and North America and Australia. Let's clear the way with that mighty red cross covered in the blood of the innocents. And we'll wear all sorts of, pomp and pageantry, and we'll pat ourselves on the back and look how special we are, and little puffs of smoke to decide who the next highest murderer on the planet is. Are you kidding me? Pope? Bunch of fools. Here's the ironic part. While you're out trying to, quote, claim save others, it's beings like me that came to save your sorry asses, to wake you up to your nightmare. And it's only you that can choose, not me. I will not trespass on you. No. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. See, I will not forgive anyone who's trespassed on me. I cannot. For in that act I will have judged you, and I will not judge you. That's where your mirror comes in. That's where you get to own it. And the people that you avoid the most in your life are the ones that you have to ask the question, what did I do to them? It takes a strong heart to confront those. It takes a very, very strong heart to know when someone has and is continuing to harm me without communication, without consideration, leaving their garbage behind for me to pick up, spiritually and otherwise. No. If you will not confront another, it's not because of what they've done to you, you self-centered, selfish little prick. It's because of what you've done to them. So think of all the people you avoid, Jackie. Think of all the people you can't look in the eye. Perhaps it might be one of your parishioners you bagged one night. Who knows? That's your mirror. I don't know, and I don't care to know. The only thing I'm interested in is learning to know me and scraping all that garbage out as fast as I can to look at all the things that I've done that I would never do again. The only two questions I need to ask myself are, is that something I would do, or is that something I would not do? And the only thing that can answer it every single time is certainly not the program Mind, M-I-N-E-D. The only thing that can solve that answer is your heart. By one's actions one is known. Do you know thyself? Do you know thine actions? Are you fulfilled in knowing that you are blessed or cursed or both? No. Sorry, not buying it. Not buying your foolishness and your ignorance. And again, ignorance is willful. So please do not look and be willfully ignorant. And in your choice, you shall reap your harvest and your just rewards. Enjoy the Phi Psi Kul. It's coming. There is a great purge coming upon all of us. And I know many of us are feeling it. There's something there. And many of us are coming to understand the purpose of this game. Graduation day, boys and girls, and some of you aren't getting out of kindergarten because you're too busy separating yourselves from the rest of us. I challenge you to find any human being on this planet that doesn't have red blood. Can you close your eyes, your ears, and your mouths long enough to love all? Or are you too busy looking at the skin color, the clothing they're wearing, the religion they're preaching? You're blind if that's what you're looking at. You're missing the most beautiful essence of this universe, Creator itself, which is in the heart of all. Because you are all, like myself, little sparks of the all-spark. And we have a demon of a lesser god losing control of this place. And I laugh louder every day when I see the fear porn getting ramped up. You see, because that's the mirror. In order to try to keep a populace down, you must keep them in fear and ignorance. And I'm afraid those that are stuck in the religio-cosus chosenitis programs, call it Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, Hindu, I don't give a shit what it is. Whatever label you put on it. Take the labels off and see it for what it really is. It's you. You're the one that you have to come to terms with. No one else. You are the one that must judge self and forgive self if you are truly capable of reaching that unconditional part. Because only when you can love thyself can you love thy neighbor. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of love in the day-to-day activities of this planet, but I certainly see it with those I'm in contact with. I have a greater understanding and a greater appreciation for it every single day. It doesn't matter how hard people come at me and how many questions I have to ask myself why. No, I will confront those that will not confront me and be the brightest mirror that they hate. Because only in that position can I judge myself properly. Can I feel my way through this? Can I look deep enough to ask why and understand it? Oh, it's an easy game. It's just not so simple to get there is all. It's a lot of breaking of programs. It's a lot of sorting out of misunderstandings of what you've been indoctrinated with, the systems you worship, the carrots you follow. Fall low, get it? Savvy? Yes, my friends, we are the fallen angels. It's only up to us to sort that out. Nobody's going to come here and save you. That's your job. Always will be our job. Because we only have ourselves to blame. And to forgive. And to judge. And lo and behold, the day is coming where we won't have to judge ourselves because we'll actually have figured it out. In the meantime, we walk. It's a very narrow road. It is razor thin. And so few will find it. It is my wish, Jackie, that you find it. Instead of leading your flock of sheep to the slaughter and allow them to partake, aid, and abet in criminal fraud and murder of others by virtue of flowing their energy in the wrong direction. The light you worship, that's the demon. The only true light. Some cool cat again called Jesus said that light in the kingdom of God is within. You might have missed that part. And you might want to look up Matthew 23:13. Then you'll start to understand a bit of the system and how the Pharisees and the scribes have adulterated all of the truths. Not only are they getting it wrong themselves, but they're leading people to certain doom. By the way, doom means judged. But you knew that because you're intelligent. You have the answers, right? Because you've looked everywhere and you've experienced things. You've looked death in the eye and laughed, right? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I generally find the most self-righteous, pompous, arrogant fools are the ones that have never lived any of their words. They will stand at a podium and they will utter other people's utterances from other people's utterances and never have an original feeling or thought of their own. Yeah, I'm a servant of servants, my friend, but I am no one's slave. There are some that like to treat me as that, and that's okay. It's their mirror, not mine. I choose to look fully in mine and take full account of the bullshit I have been part of and created. To look at it and go, nope, I would never do that again. And it happens in the now moment. that absolution of self, when you take full responsibility, it comes out in the actions. As I said earlier, amnesty is never given. I cannot give you amnesty. That's absolution. That's the same Savior program that somehow, I have to judge you in the process too. I can't do that. No, for any priests listening or ministers that like to, bag little boys and girls, typically anally, because that's their thing. And, have a look in your own mirror. Because here's the joy of this quest. In as much as we are creators, and we are of the highest order, we are creation itself. Everything we create, everything we utter, everything we do, guess what happens? We get to experience it. Whether this lifetime or the next, doesn't matter. Most people are asleep to the point where they have no concept of infinity. And won't the atheists be surprised? When they drop by and go, oh my God, there is a God. It's me. Shit. Back in. See if you can figure it out this time. And all the rules that you're creating around you, all these nightmares and everything else, especially these supposed statute makers. You might as well be carving statues. Zombie walkers. Every rule, every legislation, every act and statute they put into place, they think they're going to they're not going to be an effect to it. Wrong. Because here's the thing, you fat, pompous, arrogant judges who are in complete defiance of anything that is regarded as truth. I know, I've seen your faces, you lying pieces of shit. It's funny to watch, actually. I particularly like the fear. That part I like, when I hand it back to you. Yeah, you got to wonder, someone's standing there in shackles looking you square in the eye and you're shaking in your fucking boots. And I'm just smiling inside. And I'm letting rip with my Leo Ascendant and my cane saw. Oh, what have I got to lose? What, are you going to throw me in jail with shackles on? Oh, wait a minute, you already did. That didn't work. Better try a new tack. Sorry. While I have row, I'll take on your little boat. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Well, we'll take a call, and I'm going to throw on a tune. I'm on a roll tonight. Good downloads. Good connect. Hey, how's it going? This is Vincent?
No, this is Dirk, the Wiz.
Dirk, how are you?
Pretty good,
yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, good. Vincent's 937, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, my friend. Good to hear from you.
How you been?
Well, I don't know. How have I been? How do I sound?
You have been hitting on some things. Just, I try to listen when I can live. This is not very often I can do that, but when I'm listening to the callbacks, it's like everything you've been hitting on is just in sync, and this is it Jackie that's written into you, and you're kind of having this dialogue back and forth that it's really zeroed in on what I've been coming up, and what I'd like to bring in right now is just basically the concept. I understand where these people come from because I was there, you were there.
Me too.
Many of the people listening were there. And I'm sure there's people on the call that are listening in that are still in that whole church phase, and they think they can help people by staying. And I'll tell you what, just like the Bible says, get out of her, my people. It's
doing my
whore.
best.
You guys are going to the whore, and it's the people that think that they're in church because they're called to help others. If they're hearing some call, it's to get out, and that's what you need to do. I'll relate.
The only call there is,
quick.
Dirk. It's the only call there is.
What's that?
You're absolutely right. It's the only call there is. Get out. Get out of her.
Right, yeah, exactly. And I'll give you a little analogy, a little story of something that occurred to me about 20 years ago. I was visiting some friends. We went out, had a day of golf, and it was a Sunday or something. We were skipping church. What do you, go figure. And we got paired up with the guy, and we were playing for a little bit, and I try, I'm just intuitively try to read people, so I wanted to throw out a churchy idea, all the churchy opportunities out there, like Nacho Libre. I love that movie. He's always looking for churchy opportunities, right? So I say something to him about, isn't it a great day? It's beautiful that God created. And the guy looks at me, and without blinking, he says, well, I think that you created it, that we all create our own reality. And he started telling me about this, I'm sure you heard of A Course in Miracles. I never went through all that stuff, but I've heard of it, and kind of touches on a lot of these ideas. Gives the similar ideas anyway of the creator mentality of ye are gods. And my tricky little bastard spoke up and, I don't believe that. God, I'm not God. I can't. How could I be God? And here I am thinking I'm studying the Bible, and it, when I look back, it triggered something in me to say, what if he's right? I always try to be open to the truth, and I think that's why I came out of the churches, because I was open to the truth. And as I studied the Bible itself and came to the conclusion that this whole rapture idea was just a farce, I actually got that from the Bible, because if you read it and you understand how the scriptures connect, it's not talking about a literal return, but leave that for another day. But the fact is, when you really want the truth and you're sincere, the truth will come. And these people who think, like this Jackie, I know Jackie because I know the type of people. I was one. And they think they're doing good, and they think they're trying to put you in your place, but it's really just their ego trying to pump themselves up and trying to make them think they already have the truth. They don't need what you got, but they're listening for a reason. And it'll come back around. It'll come back around. Just like this guy when he threw that out at me and said, we created this. We're all creators. And part of me was, of course, you're full of shit, kind of attitude. But then under the underlying guide that was myself really was like, hey, maybe you want to look at that, and it came, it was a few years later, the seed was planted, but at least I listened the next time, or maybe the second time, the third time, and the fourth time. But you gotta. Yeah, just to jump in here for a second, Dirk, I'm going to back you up on that concept, and do carry on. I just want to make this one little point here. Sure.
A lot of us wrestle through this because that seed, the original seed, these are things this was all we knew growing up. This was thrust into us that we get to a point where we will not even look at anything because it defies everything that was programmed into us. And that's the program, the Savior program, that you have to get rid of in order to have a look. So carry on.
Okay, so the other thing, when they get you into these churches and they're trying to keep you, it's the carrot, idea. They're just keeping you strung along enough to keep you in fear to keep coming back. And I like to just throw out a few verses, even though I look at the whole Bible a lot differently now than I used to, but they still apply, and if you look at them the right way. We're talking about, in some of your recent program or episodes, we're talking about Mark of the Beast, and that's the whole fear-filled topic, and people don't even want to touch it for one thing. But just don't take it. When it comes, we'll recognize it, but just don't take it. And it's like it's so cleverly disguised that people don't see it. And I just want to read real quickly. Exodus 20 says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above," blah, blah, blah. Okay, that word graven image, all right? You take that to New Testament, which is, look at my notes here.
That's okay. Yeah, take your time, my friend. I like when people do their homework.
Yeah.
Shows you care enough about yourself.
The mark it talks about in Revelation that, and I don't have the actual Greek in front of me. I use a Strong's Concordance once in a while and look things up and see, and it's really close to the kiro word, which is almost exactly like Cairo, but it's a form that's part of the allegory that I've been alluding to for people. Kiro, Cairo, how are you pronouncing it? And when you understand what the Nile is, Kundalini, the as above, so below, it's all laid out there in perfect allegory. Danny Wilton missed it, but I didn't. Anyway, carry on. So the actual word in the Greek it's something like karama, or it's almost like charisma, so to speak. But it's basically a name. But in the Greek, it's also graven. Okay, so
again, there's the word charisma, Christmas. These are all telling you very, very clearly, unless of course you're at the Vatican, have it in the mirror, that you are the Christ within. Can you be that? That's all it's saying.
Right.
That's what the charisma, Krishna, it's all there. Keep going.
And it's not quite that same word, but the connotation is the root of it is from basically happiness, joyfulness, things like that. And the word mark, it infers a etching or a stamp, or basically it indicates a badge of servitude, is what it says. And when you think about it, what do they do with your feet on the birth certificate when you're a baby? They stamp them on the birth certificate.
Yeah, they interfere with your connection to spiritual feminine, which is Earth, Gaia, by putting it on per, and that becomes a deed poll, a polling tax. And again, all done in deception, all done with intent to deceive, therefore rendered null and void, now for then, nunc pro tunc. Keep going.
Right. So the mark of the beast, obviously, if you, again, go to Bill Donohue's, talks about, the 666, and it's the number of man. And if you go to 2 Thessalonians 2:8, it says, cast out that wicked from among you. Well, yourselves. It's talking about from among yourselves. So, in other words, your own self has the mark of the beast, which is you, your Antichrist. And when you cast that out, what's left? You're opening the right brain to the divine, and you can understand the parable. Well, parable, it's for able, parable for able, for your right side of the mind. You can't see it. They say, therefore, seeing they shall not see, and hearing they shall not understand, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. All these should.
To thine own self be true.
Isaiah 9:6, the government shall be upon his shoulder. Oh, wait. You could read it shoulder or shoulder.
There you go. Or daughter, or dafter, lauder, or laughter, laudery. It's all there. Just let me jump in for a second here.
No, go ahead. That's basically what it was to summarize.
Again, you're bringing up many layers of the same truth, and this is what people need to. This is what I talk about. When you peel one layer of truth off, like I don't know how many layers I've peeled off Cain and Abel. I can give you all sorts of allegories with that one allegory, and the mark. People forget that we are in the present now, right? The Bible is not a history book, nor is it a prophetic book. It is a now book, and you have to read it now. Okay, so the mark of the beast, we've had it for a long time. It's called the name, right? So in here we have people still looking that somehow this is going to be something in the future, which keeps them completely out of the present. The Bible and the Quran, all of these books are current. They're now. They're not history books. They are now books. Okay? And when people read them from a historical perspective, they're missing it. They're seeing his story of it, not the my story or mystery of it. And that's what the mystics are. That's what the Gnostics are all about. This is the ascends. And what we're dealing with in the New Age are the people that want to be part of the ascension. No, I'm sorry, I'm not shunning the creation. Are you kidding me? I've been fighting tooth and nail to reclaim it and exposing the Pharisees and the scribes known as judge, cop, lawyer, president, queen, king, prime minister, any of these false idols. And beware, the deceivers are everywhere. Trust no one. To thine own self be true. Because I say it doesn't mean shit. What I'm giving you is a perspective and a mirror image to look at so you can check yourself within. Only you can solve you. And when we walk around blaming others, we are merely blaming ourselves. That's it. It's not rocket science. And again, I go back to, if you can't look someone in the eye, it's not because of something they've done to you, it's because of something you've done to them. Best confront that. Silence is golden, but there's also the other side of it too. Everyone thinks it's one or the other. It's both, right? Silence is golden, and silence is hell. Choose it, but choose it wisely. Get that pendulum in the center. Understand both sides of the coin. Do not be the head or the tail of the dragon. You must be the complete dragon. Rant over. Just like that, eh?
Hey, I'll just get like one more. 1 minute to me is probably like 5 minutes to most people. But hey,
Dirk, go ahead, man.
Up,
you're doing awesome. Doing awesome. Keep going.
Just to wrap this up. Okay, cool. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Okay, you are in fear if you're in church. The reason you think you have to be in church, for one biggest reason, is, well, you've got to be under authority of somebody, right? Well, that's bullshit. You are your own authority. Okay, so that's one of the biggest crutches that people use. I have to be under somebody's head. No, you got your own head. Think for yourself, and figure out that you got to come out of her, my people. Okay, I'm not going to keep ringing that bell, but I like the analogy of the Monty Python, bring out the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the cow. I'm gonna put it in terms of cowbell. I like to inject a little humor, get people a little on the light side too sometimes. But the skit, we need more cowbell.
Yep.
We've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. We got to have more cowbell. Keep ringing this bell, guys. Keep ringing it, and bring out the dead from the churches and all religioso chosenitis.
Religiocosis chosenitis.
Okay, last thing. My new favorite quote right here, and then I'm out. After Earth, you guys see After Earth? You gotta see that. Great movie. The child who is under the authority of his military father, who you don't sit unless you're told to sit, you don't stand unless you're told to stand, blah blah blah. I mean, he's just totally military. He gives his son a quote here. It says, the rest of the thought was that his son had to choose to obey or to go with his gut. He was an intuitive person, intuitive child, and he chose to take the chance to save his family rather than obey the orders from his father. But one thing his father said, which is Will Smith's character, Fear is not real. It is a product of thoughts you create. Now, do not misunderstand, get that, misunderstand, meaning danger is very real, but fear is a choice. We got to get this, people. Fear is a choice, okay? And that character is, Will Smith's character's name is Cypher, C-Y-P-H-E-R, Cypher, and last name Rage. I guess I just thought, man, that's crazy. Cypher, Rage.
Okay, Psi, Spirit, hang on. Right. Follow me here. Psi, Spirit, Fur, Ferris, Iron, Spirit of Iron, Rage. That's still keeping people, it's showing the allegory of how trapped people are in the no motion state, emotion all, right? The only true motion in this universe, there's only one. It's love. That's why it conquers all. Unconditional is absolute 0 point. It is neutral. And what I would urge others out there, if there are things or people that you have an issue confronting, remember this, that when you do not come clean with yourself with it, you are also disabling, get it? Disabling the act of attacking the divine feminine, that individual, the opportunity to heal. That you get to wear. And you will feel it this lifetime or the next, depends how many cycles you want to run here, cycles, spirit harvestings you want to endure. Here's the thing. Here's the real thing. JC, gotta love the guy. Great message. It gets harder each pass. Also gets more blatant with each pass. So eventually we shall be the all-knowing again. And this aspect of duality, the child of a lesser God, the fallen, in order to have this game of understanding ourself, the schizophrenic ourself, will also return home. The all-knowing knows this. But in order to experience ourself, we walk it in different perspectives. So I would urge any of you out there, anyone, and I put this to the universe, these are my dragonfly wings flapping, creating tsunamis throughout this universe. If there's someone or something you cannot confront, best grab your mirror quick. Because until you can confront it and let it go, you are not allowing a part of ourself to heal, and you will wear it. And it will be a very, very heavy thing to remove later. So be mindful, those seeds that you plant, you will harvest. I know I've harvested a shit pile of mine, but I will stand. I will stand to post. I will not yield. None, the destroyer, shall pass. These are your obligations. And the only obligation you have is to heal thyself. To thine own self be true. Self, S-E, himself, herself, itself. L, the power of that spirit. F, the ancient F, which is the divine feminine kundalini. The divine creative spiritual essence itself. So you might want to be true to self. To thine own self be true. Because if you're lying to yourself, you're lying to everything and everyone you think you know. If you were caught in the delusions of some religion of any kind, you are walking with the Savior program. It's the same one they use to wave carrots in front of people, Pinocchio. They'll lead you into the carnival with all manner of treats and prizes and candy floss and candy apples and money. What do you turn into? Well, fortunately for Pinocchio, he caught wind of it because he had a good conscience. He had JC as his conscience. Oh, did you notice? Jiminy Cricket, Jesus Christ. It was right there. And what did Pinocchio want to be? He wanted to come back to life because he was nothing but a walking wood stick. And he also had a good gauge. And isn't it fortunate that our noses don't grow the same way as Pinocchio's? And we'd have a lot of long-beaked people that could pick their noses at 50 paces. All right? No, when I call people out on it, it's only because I've called myself out on it prior. I've already judged myself. And I wouldn't be very fair and I wouldn't be very true if I didn't care unconditionally enough to call you out on it, because you are me. I'm just calling myself out. That's all. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. It's quite simple. What have we got here? Oh, Carol. Yep, come on in, Carol. You know when I get into my downloads, the eyes are closed and I just... there it goes. Oops, I'm trying to get you in here, Carol. One sec. This mouse.
How you doing there, baby?
Hey, there you are. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm loving your rant, and I appreciate your brilliance and your intellect and the knowingness that you're sharing with us. I love you, and I thank you for all of this.
Yeah, it's not easy to give, and it's certainly not easy to take.
You're very right. We've been programmed, you know. You're what, 48 years old, and I'm 72. I've got that many more years of programming than you do.
Yeah,
so,
we're in the speed course right now, though, eh?
Yep. And I just keep listening because I'm learning, baby. And thank you for that. Okay, I'll be quiet now and just let you know I'm here loving you.
I already knew that.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna just for you. I'm gonna play you a song.
Oh, I love it. I love your music. I've got chills already. That's what your music does to me.
This is for you, baby. Well, of course, all, because you are all and I am all, and we're all in this together. You are me. Okay. I'm gonna have to mute you because we got that echo thing going on. But this one's for you. I'm gonna take one other call first, but when it comes up, it's your tune, baby. We got 14 minutes, so I want to make sure I get it in before we go off the air and then into recording. Okay. There we go. All right, there. The echo's gone. Boy, it's hard to hear oneself think when you can hear yourself talking. Area code 914. Your mic is open.
Hey, Kate. It's
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend. How are you?
Good. It's Augustus. I called in about 2 months ago. I don't know if you remember me.
Oh, yeah. How are you doing? I still love you, by the way.
I do, too. I listen every day in my golden silence.
There you go. So what's on your mind, my friend? What's on your mind?
I just wanted to share my research, what I found this morning, just reading. Like, it kind of ties in with everything you're saying, but I kind of want to hear the song first.
Okay, well, I'll leave you wide open. I'm just muting people, not because I don't want to hear you. It's just in case we get any feedback loops and whatever, so we'll keep it pure. All right, Augustus, just give me about 3 or so minutes as soon as I get scroll down to where the song is. And, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So, Carol, this one's for you, and, of course, everyone else as well. Just got to get it personal once in a while. And this is what you're here to do for yourself. Pay attention, please. These songs, for me, having written them with one thing in mind, to actually see the truth after the fact is so astonishing. So please, this is you. All right? I know. You gave this to me. I'm just giving it back. Be right back. Here it is. All right. Okay. Rescue. Here we go. I think if we get people emailing in, they can decide whether this song makes the album or not. All right. Take my hand, rest your weary heart a moment. One last stand for what you've always dreamed of. Here I am,
An island in your stormy waters and rescue. It's just a word away. It's just a word away. I've watched you try. I've seen you spread your wings to fly without a place to land. Not so much as one horizon, but you push on through every wall that still surrounds you. Set down your stubborn pride. It's a friendship I can't hide, so take my hand and rest your weary heart a moment. One last stand for what you've always dreamed of. Here I am, an island in your stormy waters and rescue. It's just a word away. It's just a word away. You think that I don't hear you when you say you'll find that's true. It's what you cannot say. It's your eyes that give away. I know when my friend's hurting, that's why I'll share the burden. I've been where you are right now. I'm still there, still learning how. So take my hand and rest your weary heart a moment. One last stand for what you've always dreamed of. Here I am, an island in your stormy waters and rescue. It's just a word away. It's just a word away. Take my hand and rest your weary heart a moment. One last stand for what you've always dreamed of. Here I am, an island in your stormy waters and rescue. It's just a word away. I said rescue. It's just a word away. Hey, it's just a word away.
You're listening to Critical Mass Radio. Now, it's our turn.
Well, I figured it ends abruptly, so I might as well throw something in there. So, Augustus, what's on your mind?
Hey. Were you singing by any chance?
Oh, yeah, I sing along with it sometimes. I want you to hear the real voice of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear you on stage, to be honest.
Well, you know, hey, as soon as we get this little mess sorted out, then by all means, I'd like to get home too.
All right. Well, I was going to say this after I was going to show you my research last night. Now, to be honest, Kate, I cannot wait for you to stop doing this and be on stage. Like I found peace in the way, and I feel like you deserve to also find your peace too and be on stage and be able to just perform for us so we can see you up there. I can't wait to till you're back up there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd rather be sitting around a campfire with you, sharing a nice cold one. Fair? No stages in my world. No stages in my world, my friend. We sit together at the fire and we sit together at the table. And I think if there's one message I just want to get across to people, and that was all I could think of while I was just singing along, was how much I love you. Like, there are no words. There are no words. And I'm looking forward to stopping doing this. More than you know.
I can only imagine. So can I mirror something to you that I found today?
I would love to hear it, my friend.
All right. So this morning, not really doing much, just having a relaxing morning. Decided to grab my Black's Law dictionary and flip through the pages, and I landed on page 898 and looked on the right column, and midway, not even midway, like a third down the way, the word is in toto. Adverb, Latin, in whole, completely as a whole.
In full character, toto genre.
And it's funny because lately I've been really deep into Laura Eisenhower and watching her videos. She just had these videos on of her giving a presentation, you get to like see her like while she's speaking and like see how she is, and like she talks about being whole the whole time, and I just kept thinking about a lot lately how like you have to just understand like you're whole, like you're both male and female. There's times to bring out the male, there's times to bring out the female, and like if everyone just can just realize that, like chill out about everything, just bring out your male energy when you need to, and bring out your female energy when you need to.
You got it.
I was in this word search, you know, got to look above and below. Well, it was funny because I was reading the Kabbalion before this, but so you got to look up above below. So below it is an intoxication, a substance, liquor that deprives a person of the ordinary use of the senses or of reason. Because like when you're in Toto, you realize you're not just your five senses; you're a lot more than just that. And then if you look above it, it's entitled with an I. So it says, see, entitled with E. So if you flip to page 612, entitled is to grant a legal right or to qualify for. That's the first lesson. The second definition is to ordain as a minister. I don't really know what that, I can't, like the two sense I'm getting is when you realize you're a minister, you're like of God, like you're of the Spirit.
You are God.
Not God. Like I don't like to say that word. That word is so misperceived. Like it's more like the creation, like the moment where everything first began and everything persists after that. Like it's like that void, like that, just that stillness. Like I can't even. There's no. It's so simple I can't describe it. So, but let me keep going. So under entitled.
Fine. Actually,
okay.
Let me jump in here for a sec. Only because we got a little over 5 minutes here. I just got to do my little shout out thing and just make sure that people, if they want to come in, refresh your page, call in via Skype, or you can call in the landline at area code 661-467-2401. Great big thank you to criticalmassradio.co.uk, Paul, Lisa, all the hosts that have done such an incredible job. For being a year old, you have no idea how overwhelmed I was when I found that out. It just blew me away. And I know I found where I need to be. We have found the critical mass, because now it is our turn. Just like on Vicky's wrist, she has it, my turn starts now. She got that a week after I got my dragonfly. And went and got our skid marks together. It was pretty cool. But I just wanted to do the big shout out and thank you to everybody that has chipped in. No idea to what level or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just to know that even one chipped in is enough for my heart, and I can't be thankful enough. So I've got a couple of people I'm going to try to bring into the call as well, Augustus. But carry on, my friend. You're doing, you and Dirk and who else do we have? At the beginning, brain fart. Sorry, I'm in download overload right now. So carry on. Go ahead.
Okay, can I just say before I carry on, your downloads right now are seriously like what my picture I've been painting in my mind is, and you just say it in words. Like it's awesome because like every day I can just go throughout my day, understand what I see, and then every night you say the same things every night. If people just really listened, they would see it. But your downloads are just spot on. That's what I gotta say. Okay. So we were at entitled. So if you look under entitled, it's entitlement, an absolute right to a benefit such as a Social Security granted immediately upon meeting a legal requirement. Well, just reading between the lines, even though it's talking about like Social Security immediately upon legal requirements, you just will get like kind of etherically like the absolute right benefit.
Yeah, again, N titled. N before a word can mean with or without, you see. So again, this is how the magistrates or the word magi twisted everything around. So this is why the summons of the dead that I'm working on is going to go straight to the heart. And Yeah, I'm letting a couple of people know. Cindy, I have you in. I'm just going to bring Michael in. I've got to bring Stephen in as well. And I think Nola. Okay. The number again, by the way, before we go off the air, is 661-467-2401. That's area code 661-467-2401. Okay. And it's actually on the page you're listening to as well, so if you miss it, it's right there. So I just like to make sure everyone knows what's going on. And I'm bringing Nav John in as well. Hopefully he's got a headset. So, yes, Lisa, I love you too. Sleep well, my dear. Sleep well. Okay, we got 90 seconds. Okay, so carry on, Augustus. I'm just going to bring some people in, the ones that I know I can. And you're doing great, so carry on. I just love hearing it.
Okay.
Love when people get it.
Yeah, all right, so we'll go above entitled. And the word is entire use, and it says see use, the word, so you got to flip to page 1681. And the definition of use is the application or employment of something. A long-continued possession of employment of a thing for the purpose for which it is adapted, and it's distinguished from a possession and employment that is merely temporary or occasional. And when I see that, all I thought was energy right away. Because for me, I'm a ball of energy, and I know I love using my energy. Like, you ever heard the philosophy, you have to spend money to make money? Well, you have to use energy to make energy. You have to give to keep on giving. You know, like, yes. You have to just every day to do more and more, no matter how much hell it really is. You have to understand, like, there's more to give, there's more to do. And then under use is accessory use, zoning, a use that is dependent on or pertains to a main use. So it's saying right there, like, you have to use your energy for a main use. You know, you have to, like, funnel it to a certain path that you desire to walk. You know? And then this is where I don't understand this part. Above use is USDC, United States District Court. Like, and I wanted to mirror that to you to see where that leads you.
USDC means the direct current of us. Okay, that is the divine spiritual. This is the whole trap has been. For me, it's very clear. The whole trap has been to enslave the divine feminine, which is the unknowing us. Basically the 12-year-old little girls in innocence, and it was to dupe us out of due to our ignorance and our blissful ignorance, we got enticed to partake of the tree of good and evil, which was the thought that was planted, and this is why this mess is here right now. We got deceived, and it had to be us to give up unknowingly. And of course, it goes back to the original contract. The intent was malicious, it was malevolent, and it has been exposed to grab our divine feminine, which is the creation aspect. And that's why we have a patriarchy, which is the masculine intent, or the electrical, prodigal son, if you will, that has been basically in the all-knowing, okay, that's the all-knowing, and not quite so benevolent, has been drawing from our ability to create. When we give that up, we do that through voting, we do that through, looking at someone as a master, looking outside of ourselves, the graven image, which is anyone or anything you look up to instead of looking at. That's why when you mention about stage, no, we all sit around the fire. Now this is a neutral zone. There are no stars, and there are all stars, all at the same time. So it's a mirror of good and evil together, of high and low, depends on where you're sitting, yeah? So this is about getting real 0 point, getting real neutral. 0 point energy is not a technological thing. That is a spiritual, getting to the actual silence of self into the most divine aspect that you can be, and that is your divine feminine. And yeah, you nailed it with regards to the choosing which aspect you're going to put forth, you know. So, I have to pull in Kishi as well. So, very good points there, Augustus. Very good. Can't agree with you more. So who else wants to jump in? I was going to say there's Michael, and we have Steve in the call, and Cindy, and I'm just going to grab, I have to get Kishi wherever she is. She asked me earlier to bring her into the call, so there we go.
Hey, Kate, how are you doing?
Good, Sin, how are you?
I'm doing okay, trying to get my voice back. I had to go down to L.A. in the toxic soup the other day, and here I am trying to struggle to make a sound. So,
right
but I've been listening to the show for about the last 30 minutes. I'm really enjoying it. It's really great when people get it, huh?
It's again, this is when I know things are working. I'm getting the mirror reflections of me, and you know, do you see how beautiful you are?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Who said hello? Come on, fess up. We got. Oh, and by the way, Nav John, your mic is open. I don't know if you have a headset yet or not, but are you there? Okay. I better check in Skype. Michael, Stephen, how are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you. Kate.
Kate, spirit of love.
Caught that, huh? Well, you know, when you go to the master and she tells you how to pronounce her name properly, then that's, you know, you just got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. Oh, hey, just got word from where my little rants go up that apparently Danny Wilton had a lot to say in the comment section. Well, I kind of expected that from a Taurian bull. It's all right. No problem, Danny. You missed the boat. I asked you why. You couldn't explain it. I already have. Thank you for the brilliant work you did, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just the way it works, you know. See how obvious it was? And that's the thing, is when we're here we are looking, missing the forest for the trees in our search for wood, you know. And, as above, so below. And by the way, Danny, you're welcome for all the times you called me seeking my advice on the Kabbalion and a lot of other things that we talked about, one-on-one. That, by the way, in your typical Taurian fashion, in your own need for credit and for, self-aggrandizement, you never once mentioned any of that to anyone.
Was that a long, drawn-out way of saying bullshit?
Pretty much. I love Danny. He's a great guy. He loves himself too, probably far more than he should, but that's okay too. Oh, look, I have another one that can't read my profile. Contact request. How is the weather over there? Can we have some friendly chat? Hope you don't mind. Oh, let me see. No, not at all. Block. Sorry. Anyway. We're having fun. We're in the recording section now. Oh, I probably should have opened up Carol's mic as well, because I just wondering if she had anything to say. And I see you in the board there too, Vanessa. Almost stopped by to see you, but it was running a bit late. I was just going to take a scoot by, but I know you had a lot of stuff going on. So,
you know it almost to get you, don't you?
Which, what, how, when, where?
You almost. She said she'd almost stop by. Susan's great saying is, you know it almost to get you, don't you? Not a fucking thing.
I know. Mirror. Bounce. Thanks for spinning me out. Okay, we got Colleen in the call, and we have Hazel, I believe, 250. Hi. Might be. Is that you, Hazel? 250?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm getting better at this game. And where is Carol? Because I wanted to open up her line. Guys, show me your hearts tonight, please. Tonight I need it.
I love you.
Oh, I know.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you all.
Oh, wussy.
We love you too, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't mind the girls in the wuss factor, eh?
I'll show you a wuss.
Yeah,
yeah, outside the head of the proverbial tube before, huh?
Yeah. Don't worry, boys. You'll get over me. I did.
Okay, love you, Kate.
Oh, who we got there?
That was Nav John.
Hey, Nav! Finally.
It's sounding really weird. I didn't know whether it was working or not. I guess it is.
Yeah, have you got a headset or are you on speakers?
Headset.
There's an echo.
I have Carol's line open. That's why. So.
No, it's because Nav has so many things to say. He has to echo it so we get it placed.
Exactly.
Let me just say thank you for rescue. I love you and keep up the good work. And I'm going to mute out, and you can mute me out, honey.
Okay, I want to say hi to Carol first before she goes.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Carol. It's Hazel.
Hi, Hazel. Hi,
I wanted
Steve.
to say hi to you for so long.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. I found a lot of nice friends in this home here, and I feel blessed.
Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing your heart.
I do that on a regular basis, and sometimes it's a little difficult, and sometimes it comes pretty darn easy, and I think that's true of all of us.
Yep.
Every day's different.
Oh,
you bet.
Love you, Carol.
I love you too, dear one, down in the Ozarks. I had the opportunity of eating breakfast, Sunday brunch at the Four Seasons there on Lake of the Ozarks one year.
Oh, my goodness
ago.
gracious. Yeah?
Yeah, we stayed at a cabin there, and we boated across the lake to the hotel, and what a beautiful morning that was.
Yeah, I lived on that lake for many years.
Well, we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to back out so we can get rid of the echo, my dears. Thank you so much, Kate and everybody. Love you all.
Love you, Carol.
Love you, Carol.
There we go. Now, man of the hour, mystery boy, Nav John. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Great to hear your voice finally.
Okay, that's cool. You have heard my voice before. I called in. Santos did my birth chart.
Oh, that's right. Don't mind
Same time
me.
with Augustus. There's another synchronicity. Augustus calls in tonight, and I'm on tonight. Funny.
Yeah, well, I think with Augustus, I'm just going to customarily call him August Rush.
Oh, nice.
Wait, why is that?
It's beautiful.
You need to watch the movie.
August
Rush, then you will understand. There you've got some homework. Oh, and while you're watching August Rush, do not be entertained. Watch for the allegory. What is it showing you?
That's where I live, yeah.
Okay, just what is it showing you? Not how it's entertaining.
You can't take away truth.
Exactly.
Hey, can I show you something else?
I'm sorry.
You just did, but okay. I'm such a bitch.
All right. I knew you were going to say that too when I said it.
I know you did. I know. That's why I'm laughing. Go ahead. Oh, I love you. Go ahead, Augustus.
Hey, do you hear the Morse code going in the background?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's going. It's in my...
Cool, man.
I sure do.
Augustus, where are you? Where'd you go?
Yeah, hold on one second. I have to mute up.
Oh, you're checking notes. Okay, no problem.
While he's doing that, I watched a B movie today that had some great allegory in it. Very, very good allegory. It came out just, I don't know, not too long ago, and we were having a movie today. Susan and I were watching some shows. Jack the Giant Killer that just came out.
Yeah.
Very B-rated, but love all the allegory, and it was pretty good.
It's all allegory. All allegory. Oh, Michael, you're having some audio issues. I just want to see if I've still got you in the call here. Yeah, I still got you. Yeah. All good. Jump in when you're ready. Yeah.
Do your etymology on the word bitch.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Well, B, capital B is 13 joined, right? So that's your the one step over. I of itself, T, which is love, the note of, C, which is the open aspect of the O of creation, and H, which is spirit. Of course, the divine trinity of himself, herself, itself in the Gemini twin standing joined with the rainbow bridge. So it's basically a complete aspect of creation. How do you like me now?
Love you.
Mirror. There's the mirror.
I'm also a Gemini dragon.
Oh, what year? 76, 64?
No, 52.
52. That was the next one I was going to, but you sound a lot younger.
And a lefty.
Oh, you've got it all going together, bitch. You
I'm
got
going to
it
take
all
bitch
going
as
on.
a compliment now.
Yeah, you damn straight you will. Oh, yeah, Gemini Dragon Lefty?
Wow.
About time you
That's
showed
pretty
up.
I'm a Gemini rising and ambidextrous, so.
There you go. I'm just a nasty old Leo ascendant.
I'm Aquarius, Gemini rising. Tiger. Wood tiger, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good.
Yes.
What type of dragon are you, Nav? Do you know?
The element?
Yeah, I am wood dragon. So
Okay.
we got metal. What is it? Metal, water, fire?
Metal, fire, water, and air.
Air
I believe.
and wood.
And wood, yes, 5 of them.
5 elements. The 5th element, you say, is fire.
5th element.
Do you know what it is, John? Nav, John?
No, I don't. But if Santos was around.
What year were you born again?
52.
52. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and you got real quiet there for a second. I don't know why, Nav, John.
I have a switch on my headset so I can mute myself manually. And I was taking a drink of water.
There you go. Yeah, so, and while you're looking that up, Cindy, Colleen. I see you.
Now I can hear.
There's Michael.
Hello.
There's Colleen.
Yeah. I'm here.
I'm here.
Hello, Colleen.
Hello. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Colleen.
Hey, Kate. I was thinking earlier when you were saying, and you've said this before, about no original thought. And that just struck me so sad tonight. But then I thought, well, is there really anything original in thought? Like, there's nothing new under the sun? But then it came to me, what is original is in the silence.
Bingo. Wow. I should be a bingo caller. Everybody wins.
The music is not in the notes, but the silence in between.
You got it.
The silence, yes. And
okay, so 1952 he was born? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
He is a water dragon.
Ooh.
Truth.
Yep.
Well, what am I?
Year, please. What year?
Oh, 1965.
You're a horse.
I'm a whore.
Yeah, you're a truth whore.
Only in your mind.
Well, either way.
That's a snake, 1965.
Oh, well, that's right. 66 is horse. Snake is 65. You're right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, sorry.
Yes, thank you, David.
All you babies.
Dude, what about 1990?
Hold on a second. I've got to go to
They haven't figured out that year yet.
Started over.
I think it's too young.
Well, that's coming up next year. Hang on. That would be
I'm up there with you, Steve.
78.
Yes, you are.
You're a horse.
Horse?
A horse is a course, a horse is a course, that kind of one, or?
Yeah.
Wood dragon
with
for 1965.
Steve, with our Morse code ringing.
You know, I've gotten really close to that. I think I know what it means in me, but I'm not. Well, I can't put it into those those little words yet.
Okay, I'm sorry,
it's
guys.
because it's in the silence.
Yeah, silence in my mind.
Yes.
But it comes
well,
from the heart.
They're like they're the codes. They're the silent codes.
I know. It's an incredible
yes.
thing. I've been doing this for like 2 months, and it's just gotta leave it at that.
Been on
Sorry.
Yeah. Mine has been about 2 years.
Wow.
And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's go ahead, Kate.
I was just going to say I just brought Meta into the call here at the risk of overloading my Skype, but you know what, guys?
Let's just go for it.
We're going for it tonight. So we got 20 callers on the board right now, and
Sweet.
Another 6 in with me. So yeah, it's happening.
It is. Last night, I think it was last night. MJ was on last night, and remember he was saying, "Wow, when you start talking, he can actually hear what you're thinking when someone is talking." And I had that same hit, but what he said was, he said, "Kate, man, you're just really downloading it from source tonight." And then I thought, what? Yeah, because source is him. The source is within. So yeah, you're downloading, and if you connect in, we're all capable of downloading from source, which is who we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and like I say, when I get going, heads down, eyes closed, and I just talk. I'm not thinking about anything. It just comes, and it's whatever hits is whoosh, out she goes. Because if I have to stand, and it's like you'll notice it in a conversation with someone when the tricky little bastard is trying to think of the next clever thing to say while not actually hearing what you're saying. So what I do is I bypass that, and I call people out on it all the time too. Generally they'll be in a defensive position. They'll have a position they have to make sure that everybody. I don't care. You get what I say or you don't. Don't matter to me. I'm just going to throw it out there, and that's download.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, and we've all been there. We've all been there with that tricky little bastard, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
And that's where I'm Virgo. I'm probably the only Virgo on here, so I'm just the real contemplative observer and analysis. Listen to gather all the information first before speaking.
Yep, that's Virgo is I analyze, right?
Yes, yeah, but it's also that real compassion and in service. So when I hear that, it's like, yeah, I remember, and still we're learning every day, that tricky little bastard. Oh, we thought it was all clear, and we're in the clear now. Oh, right, and then that next one comes in.
Then it shows up and goes, oh, yeah, there you are again, you little bastard.
That's
all right. But you know what? When it rears its head, this is the thing, is it's again, use the tools, don't be the tool, right? And that's effectively what we need to do. And when we sense it coming up, for me, it's just it's a deciphering tool to make logical sense of the random creative, and that's all I use it for. And yeah, on occasion, it will rear its head. But here's the trick: to outwit it by noticing it. As soon as you know it's there, you go, okay, and then you just reel it all back and go sit in the corner where you belong.
Yes, yes, in the silence.
Exactly.
That silence, yes. Last night Steve was saying about, and I really resonated with it, Steve, about the hash is getting pretty old. It needs a little bit of it needs some salsa and some turmeric and maybe some horseradish.
A little cumin. Yeah, a little cumin and horseradish. That would be good, yes.
Yeah.
Tons
and
of black pepper.
That's not to say that not talking about anybody that's just hearing a lot of this for the first time, but it's a lot of the people that are hashing and rehashing, like Steve said, about coming in and asking questions that you can find all over the internet. And when Kate is on a roll, and all of us, but when Kate is on a download roll, and that is just coming fast and furious, and it's like yesterday I was like, oh my God, I was like so in the zone, and somebody asked something that could be found on the internet. It just really affects that role, I think.
Well, you got to go backwards so far to get back forward. 2 steps backwards, 2 steps forward, And and it's okay. And I didn't want to come off too strong. Yeah, I didn't want to come off too strong without it, because it's all necessary and it's no big deal. My hand goes down to the person below me on the ladder, and my hand goes up to the person above me. I'm neither position. I'm just on the ladder.
We do this together. And let's do a great big love out for Santo.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yes.
Did you hear? Did he make it? Did he make it? Did he land yet?
He should be in Los Angeles right now. I spoke to him yesterday.
We missed him, Cindy.
Yeah, I know. Colleen and I were supposed to meet him at the airport with Greg Vanderpass. And
he got his flight changed.
Yeah, he got stuck at the airport. He missed something happened, and he didn't make the flight. He was there in time. And
he was there 45 minutes early. It was the visa. He had already applied for it, and it didn't come through. And they bumped him. I wouldn't let him on the plane. So he's supposed to go out this morning, and I didn't hear anything, so he should have left this morning.
Yeah, if I haven't heard from him either, so he should be in L.A. right now. But he was so upset that he didn't,
Upset? He was pissed off. I've been talking to him about his anger.
Yeah.
Let me jump in. Mars and Leo, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
You betcha. Well, when he emailed me, or not emailed me, Skyped me a message, said that he got kicked off the party. They wouldn't let him on the plane. I had just seen a world weather picture, and they were having some big weather coming into Australia. So hell, all things are right. They happen the way they should.
Exactly. Meta, I haven't heard from you yet. Is your mic good enough to say hello at least?
Can you hear me?
Hey, there you are. How are you, my friend? Can hear you loud and clear. Are you there? Well, you were.
Loving kindness. Meta.
Oh, hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, absolutely. How are you? Hey, you know the best part about this? I got you on the phone call with everybody else, and this is where you get to hear it one-on-one, baby. I love you.
I love me too.
Isn't that great?
I just cuddled myself all night. It's great to hear you all, and it's great to be in touch with you. I've only come across you recently, Kate, to be fair with you, and I like what you do with words and the meaning of them, and the fact that it's fucking bleeding, pardon my French, fucking bleeding obvious, and when you start looking at it.
Oh, it's so obvious, it's sickening. And,
yeah.
Well, hey, can I get a little rating on the rant on the first hour, guys?
Yay!
Excellent.
You mean when no one was speaking to you?
Oh, I had my eyes closed, and it was the only time it was open when I was going down that list, and I thought, okay, well, I shared it with you in real time. I hadn't even read it yet, but I knew where it was going. I saw too many question marks.
That was an in the zone rant.
Oh, it was in the zone, all right. I was right in the pocket on that one. 8-ball, corner pocket, nothing
you
but
were on
net.
fire.
Well, that's
the archive.
That's the Leo Ascendant, baby. Pure fire. And
would
throw a little gem.
Flaming bitch be a insult?
Yes. No, that would be a compliment. Oh, man. Compliment. There it is. This is why I hate pedestals. Don't ever put me on one or I'll chainsaw you out of it. Calm, with or without, with or against, apply, layers of mind. So when you hand a compliment in a neutral fashion, you are without layers of the mind. It is a pure neutral position, right? That's why, for those that have heard me in the past, and I will continue this, do not ever attempt, ever, to put me on a pedestal or a stage or anything but the level floor that we are all on. Because if you do, guaranteed, it will be coming from a pedestal position, and I will cane saw it to the ground, and then I will shake your hand as I help you up.
Yeah.
Here, here.
Yep. It's not fair to do that in another one.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to be loving. and not trespass on free will choice to do that. So.
Can I ask something?
Sure. You just did?
How? Well, yeah. How do you hold all this information in your head?
I don't.
I mean, well, you must. Well, okay,
no, I don't.
You don't. Well,
I don't.
Where'd you get it from?
That's what I refer to as download. You have direct access to it. You see, as I've said in shows previously, the human brain has been, actually calculated. All the neurons and cells and everything else that are in it can only hold up to about 3 months worth of memories, right? And I think someone fell asleep on me. But anyway, there we go. I have that effect. But so here's the thing. I'm 48, soon to be 49. I have a few more than 3 months worth of records that I can draw upon. Here's the difference, and this is the joy of connecting to yourself. Some of these people call it channeling, and and actually what they are doing is channeling another entity through their pineal transceiver, reptilian brainstem. With me, I bypass that, and I just direct connect, because everything of the all-knowing is in the ether, and all you have to do is connect to it. And that's
how would you do that? You talk like it's really basic and dead easy now.
It is.
But to me, it's not, because I don't know how to do it. I don't know where I'm coming from.
Well,
I don't know.
Can I share?
What the trigger is? Yeah. I'm only asking a question.
Oh no! I'm so wanting to let you know this, because when you get this, and it's not difficult. It is absolutely complete self-trust.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you get silence. Most of us have that chattery left brain going on all the time.
That's what keeps me awake at night.
Right. Shut it down. Clear your mind of all thought.
How?
You can hold your breath. You just hold your breath for 10 seconds, and that reptilian chatterbox goes into complete panic mode to, the body. And
really? Does it work as simple as that?
As simple as that.
Oh, I'll try that.
And you only need seconds to do it.
Excellent. I'll try that, and I will let you know my success or failure rate.
Well, hey, I'm here too. I am here. If this is the only thing stopping you from connecting.
Well, I don't know what's stopping me from connecting. This is on my path, my journey. I'm 45 now.
He is connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's something there, I must admit. But on my path, I've not got to where you are, and you're.
Well, you're here now.
But I've only come across you recently.
But you're here now.
Right, you give me new information,
you're
and it's
sitting
new
at
to
the
me.
table.
Yeah.
Well, how did you know I'm sitting at the table?
You're with us.
Hey, Pernell, can you see me through the screen and everything?
I can feel you loud and clear.
I don't need to see you.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is this is it seems like I've come across you in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks or whatever. You're saying stuff that sort of resonates with me. You're talking about stuff I think is fantastic. I want to know how you put. Somebody is snoring, aren't they?
I know. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Wow. Not me.
That's snoring?
Okay. No, here, 1 sec.
I'm going to use.
Everybody yell at once.
Okay. No, 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. Okay,
wow.
guys. We're gonna practice. Hey, hang on. We're gonna practice meditation. Okay. I actually leave it silent for a sec, because I want to see if it's someone in the call with me, and if not, then I can go down and check on the board. Unless we just woke them up. It's okay. It's all good.
It's quiet now.
There we go. Okay.
Hey, Ned, another way to quiet the mind that's really worked for me is to go out in nature, because when you're connecting in, you are just so in awe that everything stops.
Yeah. You're right there. I don't know who I'm speaking to at the moment, but it was something that always triggers me is whenever I do go to nature. Now I live in the middle of a city, Liverpool, so nature's not exactly close to me. But there's a greener field and there's greenery around me. But when I go to the Lake District, or I go to the Welsh Mountains or something like that, I take shoes off and my socks off, and it feels great. And you come back feeling and thinking different.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a difference. There's a change when you are actually in nature and you touch nature. You don't keep yourself booted and suited. You actually, hang on a minute, get down there. I'll put my hands in a stream and I'll drink the water. I mean, it could be laced with all kinds of shit, I don't know. But to date, I haven't died, so it can't be that bad. But there is something to it. And you like what you're saying.
Here's the scientific proof of what you experience. You see, what we're dealing with is a constant influx of positive ions. That is the masculine intent. Positive coming at us all the time. And what happens when you take your shoes off and ground out, that's why they call it going to ground, you're actually grounding with the divine feminine Gaia, which is...
It's like Earth and an electric circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And we are literal universal powerhouses. We got to ground out, and Gaia can take all of that grounding. And
yes,
that's
you can.
There it is.
But it's like you plug in, but at the same time you're plugged out.
You're neutral.
Mm-hmm. You unplug from everything else.
Yeah.
Can I share like a point of view?
Yeah, go ahead, Augustus.
I run every day, and like I've been doing this for like the last 4 years. I run like 4 or 5 miles a day. I don't just run, like I don't jog. I go running, and I live next to New York City, so like there's literally no nature around me. But every day I run through nature, or some days I'll stop and walk through nature. And like lucky as I am, I do have a yard, so I get to run those miles, come back, and then take my shoes off and walk in my yard, like with my feet. I'm getting my heart pumping and then connecting. It's surreal how blissful you really can connect with your own body when you get to purify and actually feel the feelings you're supposed to feel.
But you know what? Just connecting into a bird singing, and that's in New York, it's everywhere. Connect into that energy. It's a vibration. That bird singing is singing for a reason. It's not just singing for vibration. Rudolf Steiner talked about this, and I really, really resonated with quite a few years ago. But in the spring, when you hear so many birds singing, the vibration is opening, and it is stimulating the plants all around to grow. There's a reason for everything that Gaia does.
Yeah, you're right.
And the reason that we really become silent and in awe when we are in nature is because we are nature. We are the elements. We are made from the elements of Gaia.
Yeah.
Can I add something to that? I just want to add something. It's a simple thing that people who talk to plants and make them grow, it works.
Yeah.
It's on the similar line to what you're saying about the bird singing, and it helps. And it is, and it's a vibrational thing. And the lower your vibration is, I'm obviously talking to the converted here, but it's the fear, isn't it? And the powers that be want to keep you down. They don't want you finding out that, hang on, I'm as powerful as that twat at the top. I am as good as that twat. We are as good, if not better. There is no difference. We all have our point of view. We all have our position in life on Earth or in the universe, whatever it is. And we are sovereign. Each one of us is sovereign. And these are things I am now beginning to learn. I mean, I don't know how far along the line you are. I know it sounds like Kate's way ahead of me. But I'm beginning to learn it now. I'm beginning to come, and I'm not bothered if there's a financial crisis. 10 years ago, I'd shit myself. Now it's like, so what? And I know now I can do things like, if I wanted, I'd max out my credit cards and not pay them because they never let me the money. That kind of thing, you know. There's power, and there's nothing they can do because their fraud is now being found out. And also, along the same, well, maybe not along the same lines. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm sort of rambling a little bit, but the fact that vibration is important, and it's your own vibe, and you can raise your own vibration, and you've got the stuff like we're mostly made of water, and is it Dr. Emoto in Japan who studied the water, and had thoughts just beamed at the water, and the ice crystals would change. So it tells you everything about the power of thought, the things that the ancients have been going on for ages, and this stuff, this information, this whole world we're not allowed to see is being suppressed, but it's coming out now because you can only press so far. Once you press so far, then you start getting leaks. The pressure's too much, and the leaks are now becoming, I wouldn't say floods, but maybe streams. And I'm not like maybe some people that are down about it. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, we are in a changing point here. We are in a turning point, and hopefully it'll go our way. I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen. But it's not all bad. I'm not frightened like I used to be. Because I think I know stuff now, and I think when push comes to shove, maybe I can use the information I've got, because it's all there, and it'll come out when I need it. Hopefully.
There's no hope, my friend. There is only absolute trust in self.
Knowing.
Trust, there's a word there, Kate. Trust.
Truest.
Trust and knowing.
In thine own self be trust.
business is all about trusts and confidence and contracts, isn't it? Trust is the big word.
There's the con game. That's the confidence. Get it? Creation, con without or with.
Keep saying things like that, because repetition.
Oh yeah,
I will learn.
You should hear the last 5 years of my radio show.
I haven't got 5 years.
Here, I'll tell you, Matt, the important thing is, and I keep putting this forth to people, it is not important what I have done, it is what is important is what I am now. And if you're with me now, then you were in the now with me. So anything else prior, you're getting anyway, because it's already in the voice. It's already there. This is my in voice to you. Get it? Okay.
Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you in a little while, or been on, but I wanted to say thank you. Just thank you for everything you've been doing, and talking about every day too. Wow, every day.
Thank you.
Just amazing.
Well, I'm just the mirror of the purpose. So thank you. I can't be a servant to servants if I don't have purpose. You see, so my gratitude knows no bounds in that. I did want to share the Ricky Gervais quote. I think it's beautiful. It's almost as if the Bible was written by racist, sexist, homophobic, violent, sexually frustrated men instead of a loving God. Weird. Thank you, Ricky, for some really cool truth. You know, beautiful. And of course, thank you. I think it was Lisa shared this with me on Facebook. Just want to make sure. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, you know. Also shout outs to John S. UK, Kathleen, Blake. Oh my goodness, I haven't talked to you in ages, my friend. Consuela. Oh, and her cat's like rescue, so that's pretty cool.
I think about mine when I hear that song too.
And by the way, tomorrow night is I will have Swan joining me. At this point right now, I'm just not sure how able I am going to be in terms of sharing music. It takes a massive amount of confront for me to do that. I will do my best, but definitely there will be some beautiful sharings, as always, when a couple of swans hang out, you know.
I've already sent Field of Broken Dreams to other radio stations. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. That's, again, copyright is for, those that want to copy the Divine Feminine. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I'm not a fiction. Everything I create is yours because it came from you. I'm just
number one on the charts, by the way. So.
Yeah. Actually, that song was number one for a record 29 weeks on an internet station that was, can I remember what it was now, but it was well known at the time. So
I believe it. Yeah, it's always number one.
Yeah, well, it's I remember working it through with what was the name of the band? The Cult, a couple of guys from the Cult.
Cool.
Doing just sit-in sessions with them, doing some writing, whatever. They were really small workshops. I loved working with them too. And the one comment that guy that plays bass, what's his name? Anyway, he said to me, the thing about this song is it's timeless.
Yeah.
You can it'll play any time, anywhere, any place, because of the message and the structure that it has. And I said, well, there you go. So much for that. But that's yours, you see. That's why it is my signature or my sigil, because it's yours. So yeah, please, everything I put out is out there, not because I'm seeking credit or anything for it. These are the gifts that if they have a message, or if they mean anything, or if they can make a difference in the good, that's my intent. So when you share it, that's you're just aiding and abetting in my intent to wish good things. That's all.
What's the perfect environment when you compose something or think of it? Like if it's raining, or if it's what's the perfect?
I love drizzly Sunday mornings. I
used
to sit out on my front deck. I had a little writing table, and that Sue got me for my birthday a number of years back.
The smell.
And I just I loved it when it was a drizzly Sunday. But Sunday mornings were my go out and sit down and have my coffee or tea or whatever I was drinking, and my guitar and a notepad, and I would just wait, and then it would hit. and without fail, I was always able to catch a song. And you know what? I might actually do that tomorrow. I'll share a few more things tomorrow night. It was I got a chance to actually hold my puppies today, Sasha, Fresno, and Daisy, and get to look in the eyes of someone who I know loves me desperately, but cannot confront the things that she needs to, and that's okay. I just left it with, I love you unconditionally, and that's okay. Whatever your heart needs, please. I can only offer flow and light and support for it. So that's the kind of day I had. And again, it's not that wallowing thing. It's not. These are things that I need to confront as well. And this is the thing I was talking about with regards to healing. And all I'm asking for is the opportunity. And if not, that's okay. I will dig as deep as I can to find that healing within myself. Again, it's just about, can you sit at the table with me? And I think one of the comments was, I don't want to argue with you. And I said, that's not my intent. But again, when people say things, I know what their intent is by what they say. Silence actually speaks louder to me than anything else in this universe, because I can hear it.
Yeah.
It comes to the heart.
Kate?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Ninja. How are you? I love you.
Hi, Ninja.
Oh, hi,
hello,
Ninja.
everybody.
Hi, Ninja.
I just wanted to say, Kate, that sounds like you had an absolutely fantastic day. So well done.
Still working through it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good day. What I just heard, that's a good day.
Sure it is. It's a baby step.
Yeah. Well,
might
maybe
be a baby
two.
step. It might be a baby step to nowhere, but it's still a baby step, right?
Yeah, no, that sounds like you had a good day. So I'll hear about it when I connect with you. Okay. I just wanted to say hello because I haven't done so. And hi, Andy, Meta. We've had a laugh in the chat room tonight. Nice to meet you, man. And
and I'm
John,
back at you, girl. Back at you.
Yeah, Nav, John, nice to hear you. Glad you got on, and just greetings to one and all, as they say. And I'm going to mute out now.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good
well,
to hear you, Ninja.
Yeah, your mic's open, hon. You know that. So jump in when you feel the need. We got about I'd say 12 minutes or 12 minutes or less. I just want to thank you guys from the deepest, darkest part of me, where the light shines the brightest. Mm-hmm. My gratitude. You actually do have an idea now.
The thing about gratitude is you've hit something there. It's something that I always do personally. I never force it on anybody else, not even my own family. But whenever I have meat, and I have maybe lamb, beef, fish, whatever, I actually sit and silently say to myself, thank you for the gift of your flesh. Thank you for keeping me alive. I mean, there's a lot of issues about eating meat and whether we should and shouldn't, etc.
It's a choice.
Well, it is a choice, but I do think you can't take it for granted, and you can't just expect it.
Yeah.
There is an animal out there of whatever kind that's given up its life to keep me alive. I mean, so the least you can do is say, thank you for the gift of your life to keep me going. Thanks, and I hope the spirit of whatever was in there, has moved on to a better place or whatever. And I genuinely think and feel that. And each time, well, I wouldn't say each time, because sometimes I'm a bit slack, but generally, it's something I do think about, because I think, hang on, you can't just kill things just to eat them and toss them aside and think they're nothing because they're less than us. They're not less than us. They're animals. They do their own thing.
They are.
They have their own lives. And
they are us. Their consciousness.
Well, yeah, there is that to it. But I will never ever not thank. I've even done it, like when I've forgotten 2 hours after the event. Yeah. I've eaten, and like, oh no, hang on, and it's got to that stage now where I've got to do it. I've got to say something, and it's like, it makes me feel better. Now, whether that means I'm right or wrong is a different matter, but it makes me feel better that I actually acknowledge there was something that was alive that is keeping me alive, if you get me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I assure you, if you listen to me for any length of time, that whole notion will change. And it's not to make right or wrong of it. Hey, been there, done that, ate the Whopper, you know.
No, I don't eat shit like that, mate.
Yeah, well, no, again, it's still, I use that as an allegory. Again, this is still consciousness that we're dealing with. And, yeah, I went from the eating of meat and partaking of that to the point of flowing transmutational gratitude and love and what have you, with pure intent. And then it moved on to, I can't do that any longer. I cannot do it. And that's my choice. Again, this is why I tell people, that's your free will.
I understand where you're coming from. Totally understand.
I do not judge anyone in it. It's just not something I would do ever again. Ever. And the clarity of vision and the releasing of that whole aspect of consciousness to set that part of our consciousness free, reciprocated, reverberated, and resonated within me, and I was given that freedom back. So if people are asking, how are you downloading? Well, it's because I'm offloading. That's the difference. Again, if you've heard, for those that want to actually, you were talking about the silent place, Meta, urine therapy. If you want like instant access, within 2 or 3 days, you'll have access like you would not believe. I'll get Kishi to jump in there. Oh.
You caught me. Oh.
Hey, what about you, love? How you doing tonight? You okay?
Kids, how are you?
I'm doing just dandy. How are you?
How's it going?
Aye.
Oh, my Lord.
For those that don't know, I'm from Belfast.
She's sure
I am.
I'm from Derry.
You're from Derry? I'm from York Street, just away up from Backship. That's very good.
Sounds like me, mate.
Yeah, that's Oh, I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh, my God. I have family from Belfast and Dublin.
Oh, you have to actually say it correct, love. Belfast.
There
you go. That's much better.
And Dublin.
There's an R in there.
Put a W in there and you have it.
Belfast. From Dublin.
Dublin. Or if you're from the
Northern Ireland.
Yeah. How do you spell Northern Ireland? Easy. Norniron. Northern Ireland.
That's right.
Northern.
Can I just interject for 1 second regarding what you said about eating meat and stuff?
Oh, please.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a link up to a YouTube video from a child who's about 4 or 5. It's been translated into English with subtitles.
The octopus
and
one?
It makes you think. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So do what you will, but it made me think as well. Okay.
Absolutely. You know
what?
It's up there. It's up there in the room.
Meta, we're all on the walk and we're moving along.
Yeah.
There are no right and no wrong in this. This is about
a beautiful
finding
step to
it
give thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think it's a video worth watching. That's all. From a child saying the bleeding obvious. So I know where you're coming from, Kate.
Yeah.
I'm sort
and
of
there is, and my friends, there is no judgment in this. This is all about you and the choices you make as to where you want to be. And we have area code 508 just chimed in, so I want to make sure they get a tuppence worth of, hey, how's it going, this?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, it's Jennifer calling back.
Hi, Jen, how are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm fine, Kate. How are you?
Oh, just peachy. Dead on, like, you know.
I just wanted to...
Hang on.
To let you know that... Oh, sorry. I just wanted to let you know that I had been listening and resonating, obviously. And, wanted to call in before the call ended. I kind of missed last night, too. I'm usually sometimes in the middle of cooking dinner and things like that, and I still want to call in so many times. So one of these days I'll get on there good and put my 2 cents in it, too.
No worries, my love. No worries. So, again, one of the things that I really enjoy, see, there's a problem when now I have to fight to get it back. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, See, that's why I don't do it, right? Because it's like, oh, where's my accent? Oh.
You know what? I hear this every day of the week, this accent, but when you do it, it's something else.
I know,
That's what I was going to say, Kate, before we change the energy. I just wanted to go back to one of your gems you just said. How am I downloading? Because you are offloading. You're you're offing the things that keep your vibration high to be able to download.
Yeah, it's called creating a vacuum. And what does nature hate? Abhor. Abhors a vacuum. So when you offload, when you sort stuff out within, that garbage goes. The camel's getting unpacked, and you're moving through the needle. And that's what I do. I move through the needle, and I download. So whatever goes off has to be filled in with whatever comes in. And that's it.
You know what, Kate? You need to be conducting courses in the bleeding fucking obvious. Because it is now. You said it. I didn't think like that till you just said what you said. It is you need to do courses, and like Monty Python, in the bleeding fucking obvious, mate. That is brilliant.
Well, I'll tell you, I do it every night, 7 nights a week, to the to the nth degree. So just hang out, and you know, this is it. We're doing this together, guys. And
apologies for interjecting there.
Yes.
I love that Scotia accent too. By the way.
What's that?
Brilliant.
Well, you know,
I love the
Meadow,
Scotia
when
accent.
When I actually speak like me, or the way that.
Got to be my accent, behave.
Oh no, Meta did an amazing Belfast. That was beautiful.
That was excellent.
It was dead on.
Yes, no, talking to you, your arse now.
There you go.
That's Mr. Wayman from Mr. Van, is it not?
That's right. It sounds more like Ballymena Cowboy. But anyway.
Hey, Meadow, when you were asking Kate about how he gets all these downloads and all this information.
Yeah.
So when you're offloading, when you're taking in the meat of animals, the flesh of animals, their consciousness, and the consciousness is being so abused and what they have to endure. So you're taking that into your body. So you're putting more and more load onto you, and that is cutting off downloading. So it's just,
that's a possibility. I don't feel like that, but that is a possibility. I am thinking.
Yeah, the whole system is designed to do that. You know, this is why.
Yeah.
And this is the fear of the system of us. Look what extremes they've gone to in order to try and shut us down. The chemtrails, terror attacks, you name it. They've went all across the board. You know, they got these guys jackbooted and Waffen Schutzstaffel style uniforms out with military, weapons and all the rest of it. That is a measure of their fear, not mine. And I love it. I look at it and go, you are afraid of me to the nth degree. Let's notch it up a bit, shall we? I've got my purple vibrating rainbow-colored unicorn chainsaw, and it's gassed up alongside with a flamethrower. Let's play, shall we?
Hope you've got rechargeable batteries.
Oh no, I am that rechargeable. I never run out of it. I am the Energizer Bunny, baby. That's how it works. So listen, do you guys want to? We got enough time for a song. Would you like me to close off with a tune tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out, mate.
All right, well let's do that. And this is for you guys. And thank you guys so much for tuning into Kate's Crazy Hour or 2 or 3.
That's what parade.
I know, eh?
Beautiful. Love you all.
Love you too.
Good night, John Boy.
Yeah. No, good night,
Mary Ellen.
Yeah, good night.
Steve. Good night. Love you, Steve.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Jim Bag. Good night, Laura.
Everybody, good night.
Give Susan a hug, Steve. She has to
good night, everyone.
Sometime.
Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Good night, John Boy.
Thanks, everybody.
Love you guys.
Love to all.
Good night now.
All right.
Namaste.
Now, if I can get to this bloody song, I'll get it played for you.
Ashiwa.
Ashiwa, indeed. Okay.
Aho.
Okay. Here we go. This one's for you. Love you all.
Lucky.
From somewhere like a dream, your world washed over me and took me far away, so very far sense of all things wrong. Gave hope where all was gone. What do I need to say? Really need to say. Your eyes are all the words I need, wanting nothing in return. Your love is unconditionally. I have so much to learn. When I hold you in my arms, nothing seems to matter. I'll never let you get so far. Being there is what you do. When my world caved in around me, nothing through the smoke to see. There you were, still standing like an angel, holding on to me. So now you pulled me through, turned faith back into truth completely, so completely. Held strong when others ran, gave my heart a place to stand, and you saved me, more than saved me. Your eyes